Literally, if you were to be like,
why
hey,
does
man,
your character care, Blake? That's what
He
I'm
doesn't.
asking.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Polar
I
Master.
can't even tell like if this is pettiness or just trolling.
It's both.
Yes.
aren't they the same thing sometimes? Oftentimes? Most of the time?
I don't know. But let's get this session under wraps or under.
Going.
Okay, see you guys next week.
Yep, later, guys.
All right. Anybody want to do the recap for an inspiration?
Pain.
Pain, death. We
Don't forget Death from Above. Almost convinced Red Boy to launch a fucking horse out of a catapult. That was exciting. But instead we didn't.
yeah,
But then they launched themselves at us.
Yeah.
more effectively, some might argue.
Okay.
Significantly.
So we started the session, and the delegation from the army had arrived. So we all went to the gates to meet her. It was this night lady who was definitely a night lady.
A night
She gave us
lady
a
and not a
proclamation.
lady of the night. It's important for that distinction.
Well, she's dead now, so it doesn't matter. But she gave us a piece of paper that was just like, yeah, be prepared to receive us. That's it. Nobody can
Oh,
leave.
baby.
Yeah, and so we discussed the ramifications of that, and she went off. She didn't go far, though. She went on top of a little 30-foot cliff. Is that a small cliff? I'd say the
I
medium
want to say
cliff.
it's about 30 feet.
Oh, okay. So we spotted them there, and we got the strategy in mind where if we take out the scouts, then everyone could start leaving, and, it'd help everybody out. So we found a gnome who had a flinger of gnomes on the top of the Thornwall Keep, which launched us to the scouts. That went super well as we decided to make a game out of it. Nakash almost died. I mean, he did die, but not now, later. He got his trajectory a little off. I'd like to believe it's because he has squirrel wing flaps under his blue boy. But that's for another time.
He was probably a joke. Never mind.
It's his body's right there, man. You can look.
I'm unconscious. So we landed, we killed all the scouts pretty effectively, stole a horse. That horse was then commandeered for me, and I'm okay with that. I only need one horse in my life. But Becklin went to go join the fight. She asked Ren to go get a box from the keep, so we did that. Coming back, everybody had split up to find people as the gates began to be assaulted, and the city was turning into a savage, hellish landscape of fire, death, and dragon men. Draconians. On the way back from recovering the box, we all met in a town square after an event with a cat and a rope trick. That went well.
The fucking cat.
During the fight, everything was going great until it wasn't, and then Akash was dead because assassin. And, whatever Kevin's character's name is. Arthanos. I have to read yours because I can never remember. Got turned to stone. Dine was murdered. Ren was also murdered. Akash was also murdered. There was a moment, however, where Navari had a chance to save one of the three of us, two covered in acid, one dying. And it was probably the most fun I've had bullying Sam in a long time.
Thanks.
In the end,
Okay.
she did save Ren, and that's where we're picking up. One unconscious red boy and two corpses.
I think that is worthy of an inspiration. Austin, take an inspiration. Also, Kevin, while listening to the podcast, I did laugh at something you said. Take an inspiration.
Oh,
Just
What
one
did I
thing.
say?
You've done it. He's not going to tell you.
I don't remember what it was now. But I remember I was like, I should have given him an inspiration for this. And then now we're here. I can tell you
Yeah,
what
we
it
want.
wasn't, but I'm going
Okay.
to wait till we're at the end of the session before I bring up horse fluids again. Ah, fuck. I already messed it up.
Everybody was so mad after that. I've halfway through the second session. And when he brought that up, everybody was pissed.
I mean, I think we took a break right afterwards, and I was like, I don't think Sam's coming back.
I don't remember this at all.
I vaguely remember it.
We
I
were
think I
talking about
watched most of it.
horse semen shots.
Why would you
yeah,
say
we all
that?
started googling it.
Nope, and I blocked that again.
Sweet. She just keeps
We
going
can't
into these
talk
fugue
about this
states.
more
She
than
needs to see a
once.
neurologist. Thank you for the recap, Austin. Take your inspiration. Yami, as a reminder, you have a fate and/or hero die, whatever we're calling it this week. Feel free to bust that out in a moment of critical need.
Don't use it on fish. That's my one piece of advice.
Yeah.
Or do.
I had fun with it.
The battle concludes. The corpses of Draconians lie around you. Unfortunately, along with them, the bodies of both Dine, I already forgot his name, and Akash. They remain still despite your best efforts to keep them alive. And you believe that they have passed.
What was the duration on my stoning again?
It's a minute.
Probably
Minute?
coming up
Oh,
right
minute,
about
okay.
now. So when you went under, you guys were winning the fight.
Yeah.
And it was like a
Oh,
mild
no.
inconvenience that you just had this cat. You come back, and good thing is the cat is still there. That hasn't changed.
Oh, good. Eat
Blake,
that bitch.
Yes.
are you antagonizing me?
I just had a giant purple see-through square instead of a token.
Yes,
I
you
reloaded.
did.
Oh.
Yami, that does not mean start. Let me
Wait,
do
did I
this
take
again.
damage when my fucking bird died? Or got stoned too?
GM info overlay.
No,
Player
it just disappeared.
token.
I'm gonna say it. If your bird gets turned to stone midair, that thing's shattered.
Yeah,
Oof.
Oh,
got shit
Tony,
shattered, but
did you make a decision on that? How we're doing damage to petrified people?
Yeah, I think for this
Yeah, might
campaign,
come
I'm
up.
going to want to play it close to raw, because otherwise it's going to get very mean very fast.
raw
Okay.
dog.
So, the battle has concluded, and you realize that it's Water Lily and Rin who is still alive. Arthanos, you just come out to find the battle is lost. Well, I guess
Well.
one. It's sort of a Pyrrhic victory. The crate that Rin and Dine had drugged to this plaza is still in the distance, but two of your comrades are down. You have a brief moment where you can kind of look over the cityscape and see there are more Draconians still gliding about, raining down flasks of fire, many of them taking to the streets, distant screams, and what even seems like organized movement as these creatures run past the plaza on their way to the docks. Finally,
Oh, good.
some of them seem to turn towards the town circle here and look like they're getting ready to move towards your direction. But before we get there, I would like for Yami, can you please describe what Gex looks like? Did I say it right? It's Gex, right?
It's Gex, yeah.
Okay. Can you please describe Gex?
Let me look at that token I gave you. So, goblin. All right, so I'm not super tall. In fact, I'm small. I have some bandages around my ears, around like close to my feet, my ankles, sometimes my hands. Maybe a little bit like I got knocked in the head, but it's just a bandage, no invisible wound yet. We're in a pretty average cloak size for a goblin. And I'm seemingly carrying something that doesn't look like I would normally have.
Gex,
What does that mean?
Yeah, that's.
a piano, a harpsichord.
Means that I stole it.
Right,
Oh,
but what
okay.
is it?
That's what I was
You were
talking about, yeah.
suspiciously carrying something. You were secreting something about your person. In a
like
suspicious way.
Off the top of my head, I'll say like a trophy of some sort.
Is
A
it the
solid gold cat
Oh,
Is it
you were
the
saying it
moon?
like that because you didn't know what it was
with
yet.
ruby
Okay.
eyes.
Yes.
Okay. You weren't just being weirdly vague.
Yeah, I thought it was the big.
A solid gold cat with ruby eyes that you have pilfered from Lord Baccharis' mansion. Now, just not too long ago, you found yourself inside the mansion, and even this close to the evacuation that the rest of Bachler is undergoing, Lord Baccharis is still making his way in and out of his home along with his son, grabbing his valuables and secreting them onto members of the town, offering them some compensation if they help smuggle out his valuables so he can recover them later.
It's like conga line.
And he's having trouble finding a lot of people to take this, and you have a good opportunity to kind of sneak in, make your way about the mansion, and find this incredibly expensive item, which you have difficulty stowing just because it's almost as big as you are, you know, torso to neck to hips. But it's yours now. But while you're in the mansion, you start to hear whispers. And I would like for everyone to pause for a moment here. Let's start with Akash.
Hello.
I'm going to walk out of the room. Sorry.
You don't have to.
Oh, okay. I'm going to stay here and listen intently.
Where?
Akash, you're going to experience death. Right? Like, that's coming. You know that you're on your way out. But there's some strength left in you. And before you transition to the other side, you have a little bit of time, sort of in this surreal scape, to find help for your friends. It's not a lot of time. If you remember when the session first started, the campaign, there was a man clad in dark clothing that was moving across a battlefield and sort of stilling the dead.
Mm-hmm.
In this surreal scape, you see that man approaching. And you know you don't have long. But it's very easy for you to find someone nearby. Because Arthanos, when you died, was stone. Nova was exhausted. And you and Dine were both unconscious with Ren, or both dead with Ren unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking for someone that can help. Anyone. And you just see this little goblin creature. And you kind of focus in on them, and you sort of shift over to the Lord Baccharis' mansion and see this goblin pilfering valuables from the mansion, and that kind of amuses you. You didn't like Baccharis. But you have a moment now to talk to this creature, faint and echoey as you are, and try to urge them to go and help. I'm going to put you back in the chat.
Race.
Little gremlins. I'm sorry.
First
what?
thing 20 years.
I missed it, thank God. Gex, you start to hear a voice.
Mm-hmm.
That was your cue.
That right there was with you.
That was your cue.
Oh, you there?
Gonna quickly look toward any doorway that I came through into, assuming I'm still in the house.
Yeah. Nothing there.
Go to the square. They need your help. They can help you.
I'm gonna be like looking under things, getting very antsy.
I'm not under the couch. I've seen that trick. It's not what we're doing here. Look for the red. Look for the red one. The blonde one.
There's no one here.
They're in the town square. Go now. Hurry, or you'll lose your gold.
Ears perk. Can I see the town square from where I am, like a window, or no?
Let's see. From where you are, not directly. There is a large oak tree at the center of the square. You can see it, sort of the top branches and foliage on it, but you can't see the village circle.
So I know where to go.
You do. It's probably
tell-
several hundred feet, just a few buildings in the way.
Tell them the moon.
The moon? Mm.
There's nothing else.
Kind of scratch my head, and in doing so, almost drop the giant cat. But I guess I will try to. Well, first off, make sure no one else is in the room again, and then kind of hobble, like 1 foot at a time, while I'm like just hugging this thing out the nearest exit.
And you can do so. You start to make your way towards the village circle. As you arrive, you see something that looks particularly dastardly. An obvious site of a recent battle. Many of the buildings are on fire. The oak tree just barely remains unscathed, but around it, the corpses of several of these reptilian-like creatures that you've encountered, and then the bodies of some humanoids that are, well, some of them look like they've expired. I'm going to pause there. Osborne. Blake, would you describe what your character looks like?
Osborne is about 6 foot, fairly husky, heavily built. Right now he's dirty and like sooty, and I mean, what little armor he's got left on is dinged and torn from battle. He probably has like one black eye. His head was probably shaved, and he was clean shaven at one point, but that's a few days past. He is otherwise a very pale, almost gray-eyed, human man's right there. He has what is left of like he has a cloak with what is left of the or tattered cloak, excuse me. Part of what's left is the symbol of the capital city, like the royal crest.
Excellent. Now, Osborne, it's been a rough journey, Vogler.
Mm-hmm.
You've lost
It's
people.
not.
And when you arrive, you can see there's a very obvious evacuation effort that is underway. Not long after you start to assist, there's a full-on invasion. Fire, literally, semi-literally, rains from the sky, starts detonating buildings, and the last of stragglers are making their way back in. You're working with the village here to try to make sure that everyone gets to the boats and finds a way off, but there's still so many people to load up and to get down the river. Immediately, some of the town militia encounter these reptilian-like creatures, those of the furthest of the vanguard that have made their way to the docks, and it's an easy battle for them to win. They just outnumber them so much. But you see so many more coming in the distance. And people are pretty clearly concentrated at the docks, but you see this man who looks terribly sad. He looks upset like you would not believe. He's weeping openly, and he sees you, recognizes the crest on your armor, and he goes up to you and he says, Please, sir. I have to get my cat. Please. He reaches out to you. He's just snot-nosed and runny-eyed, and he just tries to get you to empathize with him. My cat is... I have to get my cat, please. Will you... Before they come, we still have time if we go right now. Will you...
There's more at stake here than your cat. As much as it saddens me to say, you must leave immediately. We have no time.
But...
The cat will likely be better without us than it would be with us. We'll only slow it down.
No. The cat... It's important that they go with me. I'm all they have. They have the... Please.
Osborne will completely unknowingly kind of pull himself up, and I will burn the spell slot for command. without realizing that, like, he's just used to, right, like that. He doesn't know that he's channeling any sort of divinity. He's just being forceful with his words. Leave now, before they get here, immediately.
He is. Oops. That's not how that works. He is compelled, and he heads towards the boats. You do see another man. This man looks like a fisherman, and he's sort of been leading, not leading, but a very active component of the evacuation efforts. Likely you've seen him actually stitching boats together to try to get more people onto more of these vessels as they send them upriver, downriver rather. And he says, maybe it's not the cats that interest you. Certainly not for that fucker. But I'm a little bit worried. I had a few folks that were helping with the evacuation. I expected them to be back and proper by now. And he sort of turns towards you.
Yeah. There's more missing.
They should have been on their way back from Thornwall Keep by now, but I haven't seen them.
Do you know how many?
He says, several, I expect. I reckon with that horse of yours, you might be able to get in and out before anything catches up to you.
I'll have to try. Thank you. Get these people out of here if you can. I'll meet you on the other side.
He'll nod, and you make your way towards the path leading from here to Thornwall Keep, which, of course, takes you through the village circle. Not long after you reach there, you see a small humanoid creature sort of slinking into the plaza. Dead draconians, and what looks like fallen, maybe village folk. Although one of them appears to be in knightly armor. And a very confused horse. Like sort of like kicking at and nuzzling one of the knight. It's largely the scene that we left off with. I ask you guys again, what do you do, if anything?
Tony, my question is, how visibly dead are Akash and Dine? Like, can I, at a glance, as soon as I am no longer stoned, tell that they are dead? Like, is their flesh melted off and shit from, or is Akash's flesh melted off? Is he cut in half, etc., from the acid and shit?
Oh, I'm assuming that they look pretty gross from the acid tearing through them.
Okay.
I think Nova, her hands look singed and burnt, like she's tried to, treat them as best she can, and sort of taken some singed hands in the process. Rin seems okay, and his armor is pretty scorched, but you think that probably is what the difference is, kept him alive. But it's blackened and soot-stained, and he looks rough.
And then, what I'm asking is, can I immediately tell that they're dead?
Yeah, you're confident they're dead.
Okay.
Rin, maybe give him a kick in the ribs first. Yeah, he's all right.
Okay. I can see him breathing, but the other two are, not.
Yeah.
All right.
Melty boys.
What happened?
I'm gonna turn around and see that he's no longer
No
stoned.
longer rock hard.
Yeah, because I didn't know that was temporary. And
Got him.
God damn it, like fucking took me too long.
Oh, it took him a minute.
Let's
That's a good one.
You can't hear it, but I'm pretty sure he just got slugged in the shoulder.
No, we sped right past that to just exasperated face in the hands.
I'm like preparing for this awful death scene and like rejoicing and
Yeah, no, your
As-
friends are dead. One is erect. Go.
And then you're making. No, I can't.
She
And
can't work
I am
under these
standing.
conditions.
I can't work under these conditions, you guys. How am I supposed to go from that to serious? One moment.
Just take a deep breath and forget about
It's
the
method acting. Like
Alice jokes.
you have to start in the morning.
Then it's extra hard.
Okay. All right.
Other
I
fact,
have been
the
like,
area of effect,
because I gave Ren a healing potion, right? And I can see he's breathing.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, healer's kit. I'm
Yeah,
stabilized,
healer's kit,
not
sorry.
healed. So I am
Right.
unconscious for
Cosmic
1d4
damage
hours.
and
So then I hear
poultices of some sort.
I hear my other companion say something. I'm gonna turn around and go, "Oh my god!" And like just pile drive hug him.
Okay.
I would like to roll to see if like he drops or if we drop or if.
I mean, I've just I'm no longer stoned.
him.
Do I still have, or do I have the full use of my my appendages, Tony, or is it like I've woken up from a coma?
You're.
Feel awkward.
I mean,
I don't
no,
know
you
what
definitely
coming out of
feel
my mouth.
awkward. Like you, that is
Okay.
not a smooth transition. But it's like pinching needles. You know, you get over it swift enough to be competent, but you still
Okay.
have that tingling, painful feeling in your limbs, and you're probably a little off balance, but you'll get over it.
Okay, so I don't just immediately fall. Just gonna stammer. How did they die?
How are you not dead? You were stoned and you were and you didn't move and things were happening and you still didn't move and then things more happening and you were stoned and now you're not stoned and oh my god, do you think maybe they're not dead? Do you think maybe and like look back at him.
Part of a cost dribbles out the side.
Ugh. You're not helping. Need a mute button for Blake.
Well, let me check, and I'm gonna try to push you off a little bit and run over there, like awkwardly, and run over there and check their bodies. And I assume there's no check needed.
Yeah.
Uh,
They did.
You're confident their hearts are not beating, mostly because the chest cavity to their hearts is exposed.
I like that you get more graphic each time.
I'm trying to really sell it home.
I'm,
Everyone keeps asking, okay, but are they dead?
I'm gonna grab his hand and pull him over to Ren and be like, I think I mean, it doesn't look good, but he looks better than, oh god, he's gonna be okay, right? Like he's gonna be, look, I don't even like you people and now everyone's dying and I don't know he's okay, right?
I'm gonna put my hand over his mouth. I can feel him breathing, but perhaps he needs medical attention. I'm not an expert. And then I do want to, Tony, tell me, do I think the other two can be revived? I'm guessing not.
So, this is from your knowledge of magic.
Mhm.
I'm going to go ahead and point something out, because if you thought about the campaign too much, you might have already been like, huh, that doesn't really make sense. So, they make a big deal in the module about divine healing being completely gone.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
And that, like, there's not been any restorations, any healing, any resurrections for a long time. Like, everyone's supposed to be really surprised. Now, if you think about that for too long, you're like, well, hold on, but druids exist. Right? Like, isn't some of that magic still out there?
Oh, yeah.
However, the actual lore of the world, healing was gone. And, like, only the gods could heal for a long time. So that's kind of the way that I want to structure this. It makes a lot more sense in the narrative. You'll find that if you meet some of these other folks, that they're also rediscovering healing and resurrection and things like that for the first time in centuries.
Okay.
So to your knowledge, if there's something like that that can be done now that knitting flesh is returning to the world, it's brand new again.
You'd have no idea where to go for it or anything.
Right,
like
like,
that. Okay.
and like what the complexities are between like stitching a wound versus bringing back the dead. Definitely in the past, you know for a fact, well, as best you can, you know that's a thing that used to be happen. But here and today, no, you're not really certain.
Okay.
While you're checking Ren, I want to hobble over and just casually place this giant cat on his body. And just be like,
Sorry. I just wasn't expecting that.
Sorry.
and just be like, hello, are you the red one?
Remind me how common are goblins?
Wait, what?
How common are goblins? Like, am I shocked to see one, or is it like?
Probably shocked to see one here next to Ren with a golden idol of a cat. Shocked, but not shocked like they don't exist or that like they're never friendly.
Okay.
Definitely shocked like that. Where'd you come from?
Okay.
But about the same time, you do see a rider on a horse approaching.
Given that this goblin just dropped this fucking golden cat on Ren right in front of me,
Yeah,
I'm
make a
gonna
death
be-
save for sure.
I'm gonna be taken back a little bit.
I
Taken
said
back
place,
and-
not pole vault into it.
Well, no, I didn't mean pole vault. I mean like, okay, dropped in the way that you drop a glass on a table. I don't fucking know. Shut up. Anyway, taking it back, and I'm gonna, pull out my my sword in surprise and like point it at him, on my ass. Who are you?
I was told to come here.
By who?
And I kind of like look in a direction that no one is there. Something, and I kind of put my hand to my lips. Moon? Is there even a moon?
There it is.
The moon sent. Sorry, you said the moon sent you, or someone from the moon sent you?
I shrug. I just listen sometimes. It usually works out.
Tony, which moon is showing right now?
We'll never know.
Let's say, what is the neutral one? It's not Nuitari. Is it Nuitari? Because it's neutral.
Lunatari, I think. I don't know.
The neutral
Let's-
one.
The neutral one.
Lunatari is the neutral one.
Lunatari.
Good God, what happened here? Are you alright? Slide off my horse.
I mean, I'm assuming. Well, okay, no, you said the sigil. Yeah, okay, so it's not. We ran into some trouble.
You can see that. Do you have any? I'll look at the two bodies and any injured.
I think Ren might be okay. We just maybe need some. Do you have anything in your baggage that might help? He hasn't really opened his eyes, but he's breathing, so he should be okay, right? Because he was stoned and he's okay now. So right.
I think the lieutenant left, and I'll ruffle around in my saddlebags and pull out one potion of greater healing,
Hey.
and I will drink it and spit it out.
What?
Drinking, slamming into the ground.
Looks tasty, doesn't it? And just pours it out on the ground.
Fucking
One
love
for the
citrus.
homies.
This one's
I
for
will-
the fallen. You just like
I will
one out.
feed this potion to one Ren.
Wow. How much healing does that give me?
What is
Yeah,
that?
it doesn't matter.
What is
I'm
it,
conscious.
44 plus 4?
44 plus 4.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's
I'll
rough,
take
bud.
15 HP.
Not bad.
I'm just gonna. So, I don't think Ren has ever been in a life-threatening fight before. There's running 20 miles in the morning and 20 miles at lunch and 20 miles in the evening, and then there's watching your friends die. Everyone Ren has met has been friends, so I think he's just gonna lay there for a minute.
I really lucked out at not seeing that directly.
Yeah, I'm gonna be fine.
No childhood trauma for you.
Well, it's got to be like this is everything you always knew about how awful sleep is, right? Like people close their eyes and it feels like time travel has happened, and like so much has gone off. Like this just confirms that like trance superior method. Why doesn't everyone
Yeah.
do it?
Yeah, honestly.
All right.
Are they dead?
I'm going to bear hug him with the same ferocity that I had just done previously, and very quietly, so no one else can hear, go. I knew your name was Ren. I'm so sorry. I'll only be mean like once a day. I'm so sorry. Please just be okay.
You were being mean.
She's aware she's being mean.
Oh, he's alive. Oh, I kind of pick up the cat and look around for somewhere to put it down.
Oh, my sleep paralysis demon.
Those things are terrifying, man.
Oh, fuck. I just like kip up. Yeah, I'm on my feet. Is everyone all right? I mean, not them. Are you all right?
I mean, the battle seems to have moved on, but we must move quickly. They're flooding in.
Oh yeah. At this point, the Draconians that you saw literally heading for this place are probably only a minute or two away.
Wait,
Oh,
what
fuck.
about them? I'm gonna point at the, mangled corpses of Dine and gosh.
I don't know. Right now, I'm worried about you, and I don't know you, but nice to meet you, and you. We need to leave. We need to get out of here. We can't just wait, even if it means leaving corpses behind. I think.
You're right. Unfortunately.
All right. I've not been in a situation like this before.
Great. Get on my horse. Nova, you two, you're in charge. I'm grabbing the box.
Real quick, Blake, didn't Akash have some kind of symbol or something he got from our?
It's like a little wooden token.
Was that somewhere you kept that Nova would have been aware of?
Just hanging on his neck.
So is that in the destroyed chest cavity?
That's the DM.
The holy symbol.
He didn't throw ass on me.
The holy symbol, in fact, remains remarkably pristine for everything else that has happened.
Okay. Then before we head out, I'm just gonna walk over to Akash, who, despite everything, I actually really did like and care about. Not that I would ever let him know. And I'm just going to, like, if his eyes are open, I'm just going to close his eyes and whisper something, kind of like a farewell and rest in peace. And then I'm going to take the holy symbol with us.
You can do so. So, Rin, you're retrieving the box.
I'm panicking. You could call it whatever you want.
Is the box necessary?
I don't have time to answer that question because it brings into moral philosophy things that I don't want you to discuss right now. In my current state of mind, I'm not able to reciprocate and answer that question, and I'm rambling, and you need to stop me. Please stop me.
Put it on the horse.
Yeah.
Quickly.
Okay.
Wait, how big was this box?
It's about 70 pounds. It's about...
Yeah, it's
70
it's
pounds.
decent.
That's full combat equipment.
Yep.
I mean, like size.
So we can
not.
very quickly put it on the horse that I rode in on because I am not super comfortable on horses.
Oh yeah, there's two horses.
And then Osborne will point you and you climb on the other horse. Go now. Do you feel you can fight, friend?
Me?
Yep.
You got a lance or a sword?
So you're
Oh,
holding-
wait. Here's mine. I just pick it up off the ground. It's because I threw it at one point because I was, juggling items. I just grab it off the ground. Oh, it's kind of acided away. I'll make it work. Yeah.
We have to plea. Hopefully we don't fight, but we can cover them.
Yeah.
I want to go up to Osborne's horse and kind of just like hold up the cat. Like, eh.
Yeah, Arthanos, you have a similar problem with your cat.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, where did that cat go? Is it still latched to me?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I know what happened last time I fucking tried to toss it off, so I guess I'll just
This is life now.
let it stick to me for now. Go jump in the water later and see what happens.
Yeah. Add 1 to your AC for the rest of the encounter.
Okay.
No, just 1 extra HP. The cat is the temporary HP.
Cat has deflect missile.
Tony, where is the cat attached to me?
I believe when you went stone-like, he was on your thigh. By now, he's kind of crept up to your chest, and he's just burying his head in the crook between your shoulder and your neck.
Oh, okay. So he's like, he's way up there.
Yeah.
They meant just like latched to the center of my chest. I mean, I guess if he's not fucking getting in the way.
No, he's just scared. He's just a scared boy.
Now I'm sad.
I'll pet him a little bit. Hopefully calms him down a bit. He stops digging his claws as deeply into me, but I've lost hope at this point.
All right. And go ahead.
Yeah, we will cover. Ren and I will cover their retreat as we move.
Okay. Fortunately, they are not so close that you're an immediate threat. And as they see you disappear the village, the clearing, if you cast eyes back, you'll see they're starting to spread out, checking building to building, looking for presumably people, things to fight. And you see a lot of destruction coming with them. Fires being started, doors being kicked down and open. But you head towards the docks, and you are unopposed as you get there. When you arrive, there's still 50 or 60 people left to be evacuated. And you see in the crowd the same man that petitioned you to go save his cat. He is at the dock's edge, and he sees you and he shouts out, "I'll save you a boat!"
He sees the cat?
He sees you return, Osborne.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
He's saving you a boat?
yeah. Well, we need to get on the boats. Get these people on the boats.
The
What are
rest
you
of
doing?
you see Lord Baccharis shout this out.
Oh.
I throw the cat into the river. No.
Wait, which cat is he excited about? The one that's alive or the one that's gold?
He hasn't seen the
Presumably,
cat.
he hasn't seen the cat that.
Yeah. He gave
Dex
someone
brought.
an
Yeah,
order.
he told
and
me
he just
that he would save me a boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I assume he was talking about the gold cat. Piece of shit.
Well, I don't have any
People move
complaints.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna continue.
I will try to find out what the holdup is. Is this just literally a too many people trying to get onto one dock issue?
That's part of it. It's also, they're still drafting these boats together. A lot of these boats are sort of anchored on the corners by real boats, and they're just rafts of flotsam. You know, they're just things that are semi-buoyant. They're stringing together and harnessing, and they're working quick. But at this point, yeah, you do see people jumping dock, like just swimming and hoping they make it far enough down the river that they can take to the shore. A couple of people are kind of clinging to the sides of boats, but you see that despite the efforts of the town, a lot of what's left over is the older generations and some of the sickly, and enough people to care for them and get them moving. But it seems the effort was made not to slow down all the evacuation, trying to get them out first, and now they're kind of struggling to get them out at the end.
Is there, do I see enough able-bodied men that are not helping to help put these boats together? I will also dive in and do what I can.
You see that it looks like there's about as many hands working on it as they can. The other big holdup is Draconians have clearly made their way to the docks. You see the corpses of them lying around, and more than a few wounded and even dead militiamen. And some more people shouting as they point out to various alleyways where quick rotations of the soldiers, or the militiamen rather, even a couple of the men that came with you are rotating to block avenues of approach as more of these creatures show up.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll slot into that.
I was gonna say I will also kind of just give a nod to this red man that is clearly a knight. Give what little order I can, and try to wherever it looks like there's a weak point in the line, I will also lock into that.
Excellent.
So we just like click, right? Rin is definitely a follower. I take orders very well.
I will also on my way out. I will question mark. Total meta here. Arthanos, how you doing on spell slots there, buddy?
I got some.
Okay.
Few.
Seeing that Nova, this person that I came across, is beaten and bedraggled and
Bedraggled's kind of
dirty,
harsh.
frazzled,
Dirty's also kind of harsh.
I will reach into the
Scrungly.
saddlebags once more and pull out the potion of spell slot restoration,
Oh,
which does.
The what?
Yep. Okay. Because somebody here has 0 spell slots.
That might be me.
It's
That
me.
one's true.
It's 0 of
It is. Yeah, it is Ren. And honestly, it's looking bad.
it's 0 of several.
Jesus.
I feel like if you don't have spell casting and you take a potion of spell restoring or whatever, maybe you awaken as a sorcerer. That's all I'm saying. It's like a catalyst.
It makes actually a lot of sense.
Okay. Nova has spell slots back.
Hey,
Is that 3, like a level 3 spell slot, or is that any combination up to 3? What is this?
So it's the same way Arcane Recovery would work. You can recover up to 3 levels worth of spell slots. So 1 second
Okay.
level spell slot and a first, 3 first level spell slots. Really only those 2 combinations here.
Do you want 3 first
Oh,
level
cool.
spells, 1 second and 1 first? Okay,
let's do one.
1 and 1.
Yeah.
Now, the militiamen are starting to are making a good effort with, especially with you joining in, to hold back the initial Draconians as they come up to the docks, and the evacuation continues. There's several tense minutes as the population of the docks starts to wind down, and you're really just getting into the last dozen or so. Militia.
Is there while this is happening, we're kind of bouncing back because obviously we're probably kind of rotating back and forth, trying to fill gaps. Is like Blake knows who this guy is. Osborne does not, but this Lord Bakaris is clearly a noble. He is of able body. Is he helping or is he just standing around?
Make an insight check.
Didn't work. Oh, it did. All right,
He is
well, busy.
directing, he's calling out things, he's telling people what to do, and they're doing it. He's centrally important in this effort of getting off the ground or into the ocean, as you say, into the river.
Okay. Good. Confident that at least somebody is helping direct the bedlam at the docks. Osborne will focus on the defense. And I will start trying as we can kind of like restrict that line, sending in the most wounded or tired of the militiamen first, and then guardsmen.
Yes. As the last dozen get down to it, the militiamen start to rotate out so that they can too. The man leading the evacuation efforts, he calls out to you again, assures you he'll save you a boat. And all at once, there is just a firestorm. Several of these gliding Draconians drop more flasks of alchemy, and they do minor damage. Some of them even hit the river entirely. They miss most of the soldiers and militiamen, the people around you. But they do catch onto a couple of buildings. Nothing too bad. But then a shot rings out, and it sounds thunderous. and you see a building just 30, 40 feet from the wharf here, and it just detonates. Absolutely erupts, fire breaking out of the windows, the doors fly open, and the walls themselves just splinter outwards. Fire is scattered all around the plaza, and you hear a voice from behind you. Dragon! Dragon! And you look. You see this large figure looming and bursting through the
Real?
smoke. What's that?
Nothing. Sorry. It was
Bursting.
the dragons aren't real right before the dragon steps out of the smoke.
It comes out of the smoke. This large figure with a boiling mouth and large wings tipped with fire. And I'm going to put you guys on a map.
Uh-oh.
For my third character, I just want to be the horse.
I'm so glad that Ren was saved to see a dragon, even if it kills him very shortly.
Is that a dragon?
Doesn't look like it.
As
Like
this thing approaches,
Mechanical.
anyone who cares can make a perception check.
Yeah.
would
I
like to-
care.
Yeah. Ren is very excited.
Everyone's like, what the
Jesus.
fuck?
Oh, I'm
Jesus
still on
Christ.
whisper. Hold on.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Osborne is not observant. Are you
did
are
it.
you nearsighted?
Yeah, I might be.
Holy
Arthanos,
shit.
Nova, Osborne,
Wow, I have no room to speak. I'm so sorry.
Dragon, Gex, and Ren. Gex, this thing looks metallic and shiny. Something that appeals to you. Ren, this thing looks like a furnace, given wheels and the vague shape of what you saw in the sky. But you can clearly see that there are Draconian that are escorting it, and they are manipulating features on it as they attempt to guide and power it. You see one of them pulls on a lever, and the fire ramps up in the throat of this thing that they are escorting. And it looks like it's preparing to release another blast of fire, which is when I'm going to put you all into initiative.
Oh, Christ.
Fun
This is
fact
not-
about Ren while we go into initiative.
Mm-hmm.
His last name is Farrier because his mother makes horseshoes. And she would make him little, like, toys as a kid, and one of which was a metal dragon that would flap its wings when you pull its tail.
Oh, how
And I'm just
sweet.
like,
Jesus Christ.
holy shit, that thing got big. I've seen that since I was 7.
Osborne might just be doomed to die, man. I don't think he's rolled over a 4.
I don't think my initiative
You're
went
just
through.
getting all the bad shit out of the way now.
Yeah,
Totally.
right? There you go.
Definitely.
I like your style.
Yeah, definitely what's
There
happening.
we are.
Is Osborne
That's
you're
a good
just
start.
nearsighted and you're actually not seeing anything happen?
Just
You're
needs
just
that,
squinting at everything, thinking the world's blurry.
Needs that laser surgery.
Okay, well, good news is they don't have the same problem. Let me check something here in the book.
I just
Good used in quotation marks there.
Some of these are innate stuff, too. Yeah. You have a color spray and a long strider.
yeah.
That's round 0. Descending. Okay, now I'm trying to move away from the maps that came with the campaign because they're not as great. So this is a recreation of a map. It does not have the fray around it. But the borders of this map do have the fray. If you remember, that's what I mentioned in the first encounter at Battle of High Hill. You'll be in battlefield scenarios where the fray exists. You don't want to wander into it, or else you'll effectively be subject to some penalties for doing so. The fray is the active battle as it consumes and gets closer to you. But at the top of the initiative, we have Nova.
So I might be a little trigger happy after the trauma of last session, and I so I didn't really I don't really know what the dragon thing is, and kind of freaks me out. But I do recognize the other two guys, and I'm gonna shoot color spray at it as fast as I can.
15 feet.
I'm gonna move forward so I can effectively do color spray. I'm gonna have to move really close. I can't go that fast. Ooh, give me a second. Sorry. I forgot. Okay, new plan. Holy fuck, and I will shoot Witch Bolt at him.
Let's see it. And which one are you targeting?
Right there.
This one here. Now you will
Yeah.
have to get a little bit closer, but you absolutely can do so. A 23 hits, and he suffers 3 lightning as the silvery bolts just start to tear into him.
Wait, so Witch Bolt.
Yes.
Did you have a fancy way to describe it last time, or is it just like a normal, lightning bolt kind of thing?
It wasn't a little like pot or shooting star.
Yeah, it was like a
Shooting star.
comet and a shooting star, kind of with a tail.
I stand corrected. A comet of just like the tail of a comet that is just perpetually surging into him.
Oh, I didn't mean to correct you, just so we're clear. I was just like, wasn't there a thing?
No, it's
definitely.
okay,
a
Dick.
thing. Sam also was a little traumatized by the last game.
All right, that is it for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I like the confidence. Next up, we have this Draconian here, who you see Ren clearly manipulates something lever or flap-like on this metal furnace dragon thing.
There's a bellows. I see that. I'm like, that's the thing that I used to pump when Ispen told me stories. And then I get real sad because everyone I loved is dead.
The witch-bolted Draconian will do the same.
Get real sad?
Gex, it is your turn.
Oh.
That's really far. Are these? Oh, that's not a house. Is this house totally destroyed?
This one up
Okay.
here, yes, it's pretty much rubble. Plenty of stuff you could hide behind for cover, but walking in there at all is going to put you in some fire damage.
I want to dash in here.
Okay.
Try to wait for them to get closer. I ain't got nothing else.
Sorry, I saw that you dashed. What else were you doing?
Nothing else.
Okay,
Waiting for them to get closer.
fair enough. This creature will manipulate something metal on the furnace. Drake. Arthanos, it's yours.
Tony, how long has it been since the cat initially fucking latched onto me? Saying 20 minutes, an hour, 6 hours?
20 minutes, maybe half an hour.
Okay. So I'm going to pull out my rope, because I'm assuming you can transport the rope trick rope.
Yeah,
Are we saying yes? It doesn't say so in the spell, so I'm asking.
I assume you have a rope.
Yes, but
You're
I
on
mean
a
like
dock.
the rope I used rope trick on earlier to try to throw the cat into so that it would fuck off.
I mean, it would still be associated with where rope trick is.
But can you move the rope afterwards?
Rope
or no?
trick? No.
Yeah.
The rope is... the rope trick itself is still in where you left it.
Oh, okay. I thought you could move it around. All right, never mind.
I don't
then.
think it's a balloon.
Well, I thought you could like pull it around or whatever. But
Take
you
a
pull
look,
it
and
in.
if you find something that says otherwise, absolutely, but I don't think so.
There's nothing that specifically says either way, which is why I was asking. But can be pulled in this way? Yeah, no, it doesn't say. Anyway, I will do the Humming Blade thing, and good old firebolt. The one that I saw. Nova hit.
All right. It indeed is hit, and it suffers 7 fire damage.
Dragons, so I know they don't give a fuck. And then I'm moving. Gross. Over there.
All right.
Alright.
And you move forward, taking cover behind the building. Ren, it is your turn.
My initial thought, Toby. I don't know shit about being a forges or blacksmiths or whatever. The closest I come to that personally, Austin, is like a clay kiln. Ren grew up around this shit, right? He's made so many horseshoes with his mom. What would be the optimal way to fuck a furnace all the way up? Just like, cause an explosion, put out the fire really fast. If that thing's a furnace on wheels, I want to know how to just nix it. Is that something I could, roll for?
You want to roll to see if you know how to apply thermite to it?
I'm going to say yes.
Okay. I'll say with your nat 20 perception check, this thing doesn't seem very sustainable. It appears that it requires direct actions from these 4 draconians around it to keep it hot, aimed, moving. You think that probably the best way to take this thing out is take them out.
Okay, and then we can assume direct control, and then we have the dragon.
Assume
I could write that, right?
control.
No, it's 2.2. Okay. I'm gonna look to... Is that an action? We're calling that an action?
No, I'm giving... just so everyone knows, I tend to give you, a check or two every combat for, knowledge or perception or whatever for free. Just because I think the game is very dull if you... I'd like to look around the room. That's your turn.
Yeah.
But yeah, your nat 20 was good. It seems like this thing requires a lot of upkeep.
Okay. Well, since my 2 companions have moved forward and the line where the knights are is kind of back, I say we move up, so I will move up. He's got a lance. I'm going to go through this not fire area here and try and take out a man.
Let's see what
It
that looks like.
like this.
15
Yeah.
does hit.
And then if he's controlling a thing, I'm just going to move away, and hopefully he can either take the attack or let go of whatever thing he's controlling. Move back a little bit. That'll be my turn.
All right. With the initiative of 6, this creature will also manipulate this, and they will move forward 15 feet.
Oh no.
And this furnace drake Dargon thing will once again spit hot fire. Flames expel from it in a 60-foot cone.
God damn.
Oh, good.
Wow.
Oh.
So fuck us.
Fucking yikes.
That's-
Am I in range?
I think we all are. Potentially.
I don't even know why we brought the cone out. Look at that fucking thing.
It might not hit all of us.
Oh man, we're too
might
wide
miss
and it's
Yami.
too close.
Man. I feel like Akash in the back, who hasn't taken a turn yet, isn't as scary to it. So instead...
Out of cop. Dead. Already melted.
Already rerolling. I feel like this
Son of
is
a
the
bitch.
approximate way it's going to go. Akash, I'll say that this barely misses
Go on.
you. But Rin, Arthanos, and
Water lily?
Water Lily. I just said something yummy there. I forgot her name. I need the 3 of you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, Waterlily.
Damn.
It didn't even matter because her max HP is 13. Oh, she still has temp HP. It doesn't run out.
Yeah,
Hell
I
yeah.
got mine too.
Woo! Had a
28
tiny panic attack.
fire damage as this furnace drake just unleashes a torrent of flames.
Is it less if we saved?
Oh yeah, you suffer half damage on a save.
Half, okay.
We all go to 1 hit point.
Alright. You've done it, Tony. You've made me take damage. I know that's something you really wanted to do.
Oh, sorry, I actually had to do something. This is just for... Yeah, we're fine. That is their collective turn. Osborne, is yours. Dragon Bad.
Yep, Dragon Bad.
Metal
Big
scales
Dragon
just
Bad.
cranking through.
Big Dragon, Big Bad.
Osborne will take like 2 or 3 side steps on the horse and then 2 or 3 side steps back the other way because he is not a great rider. And then he will charge out here and like sort of awkwardly slide off the horse and do a dismount. Dismount.
You know, I was really impressed with his leadership. Then I saw him ride the horse like this, and I'm like, maybe I need to reevaluate my heroes.
Meet your heroes, Ren. He will step to right here. He will do some reading. 30 feet. Okay. Just make sure. Yep. Fuck. Got him. He will. Oh, wait a minute. What was it? With Turn the Tide, is it just a bonus action to start it? It's my channel divinity. Yeah, no, find it. Let's see.
Oh, what subclass are you?
Brown.
Crown? I think it is a bonus action.
Yeah, I also think it's just it's a pulse. I thought it was an aura. So I probably, man, you are not looking great, are you?
I really appreciate
At
if you were
15
to say
HP,
that
that's
after
okay.
looking at me.
Ren. Are you
So
looking
I
good?
had 15 HP, and then I took 14 because I saved against that 28
Fuck.
fire damage.
Yikes. So
Yeah, I mean, that's just how it happens
Oh,
sometimes.
Yeah,
that
man.
red is your aura. It's not fire.
it's not just his.
No,
skin.
it's both.
Yeah, you're... Wow.
I'm crispy like well-cooked bacon.
You can't have that with 1 HP and nobody's talking about
Yep.
it? Fuck.
Nope.
Yeah, I will.
My armor's like bright orange right now.
I will turn the tide on this man. I will shout at you to hold fast. And then I will poke. I don't know, man. How about this guy?
Oh, Turn the Tide is each creature that can hear you within 30 feet. You can do that to like a
As long
bunch
as
of
they
people.
have no more than half of their hit points.
Wait.
So Water Lily can take it too.
Great. That's what I was hoping for.
Arthanos, you looking over half your hit points, dude?
Oh, yeah.
No, there you go.
Despite
Okay.
having a low max health, I
Look
am
at
still
me.
rather healthy.
I will take a poke.
21 AC or whatever.
I mean, Turn the Tide is really so good, though. Like, you got a bunch of people that just need to, like, not die or go from
Hey,
unconscious.
remember that
to
time
die.
where 3/4 of the party was laying on the ground unconscious?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that would have been great. That would have been sick. And then we would have taken acid damage and immediately gone to
You know what? You know what would have really trivialized this encounter? An aura of temporary hit points. Like, man,
True.
you guys should, like,
You say that.
find another one of those.
We should just all play paladins and just get different auras and just stack them all and then run around in the ball.
Fucking busted.
And then all of our second characters can all be bards, all of them. I have stabbed
Just
this
form a
man.
band.
Got
I
it.
will take a step back and try to shush people behind me to line up.
Now, is this a polearm of some sort?
It is a polearm of some sort.
Got it. That will hit, and he will suffer 5 damage. All right. On the initiative of 0, I would like for someone who is feeling brave to roll a d6.
Like, do not do that. God damn it. Oh, that's not too bad.
Or it's terrible. You don't know.
I would like for you to roll an additional d5, left to right on my screen, with Sam being the 5.
This is where the assassin descends.
Yep.
Some of the final folks shepherding themselves onto ships and boats and flotsam shout out from the docks, telling you that you can do it, that you've got this, that cat is lucky, Arthanos, as you have advantage on your next action.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, cool.
On the initiative of 18, we have Nova.
I'm gonna be very relieved that everyone ran up to join me, and I'm going to.
Right in the breath of fire.
So super glad that everyone is around me, and going to send out another comment right at the same guy. Witch bolt again.
Let's see that.
Well, he's already hit. It's just zap him again.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see that.
Whoa!
Oh, it is just barely hanging on as the comet's tail starts to just rip away and tear at their flesh. He is still fighting. He's in good strength.
It's an action for Witch Bolt, right? To pop the damage again.
I think so. I think that's it's one of two weaknesses. The other one is if they run away.
Scroll up and see.
Yep.
And then I'm going to, with a little bit of common sense returning, take a little bit of a step just behind Osborne, because, like, they felt my fury. They understand my anger. I don't need to be up front and center anymore, right?
Yeah.
No. Actually, I want to be a little still close to everybody, because I want the comfort of my friends. I just don't want to be...
I
don't
always
wanna be
encourage everyone to stack up when they can.
Yeah.
Tony, I'm
What is
going
it
to regret
called?
asking this. What happened to the cat when I was breathed fire upon, by the way?
Oh, no!
Sorry to interrupt, but...
Onto your backside.
It has evasion, and as it succeeds its dexterity saving throw, it takes no damage.
Very good.
Damn,
Of
good cat.
course, the next time you'll have to choose whether or not you want to actively protect the cat.
Yeah, I shouldn't have brought it up, I guess.
Yeah. Thanks for reminding me about it. I appreciate you. Have an
Very
inspiration. Oh, you
Sorry.
already have one of those. Tragic.
Yeah.
On the initiative of 13, this creature is going to light the furnace. On the
I will say I'm
initiative
sorry to interrupt, but I'm not too upset because Tony actually skipped over one of the Draconians because of it.
did I?
It was the furnace itself.
No, it was the one before it, I think. Unless I'm wrong. I could be wrong.
You're right.
You're right.
I'm
right.
sorry.
No, you're okay.
No, I mean, I'm sorry for fucking us because it would have only been beneficial to
I
us.
know, but
So
I'd
on
rather-
16
yeah,
after
that's
Nova,
great.
one of them is going to light the furnace. Then 14 doesn't happen because it's kind of an independent creature. I'll just take it off the initiative. It's easier that way. 13 is going to happen, and it's going to aim the Boiler Drac. And then it's Gex's turn.
Now, would you say I'm hidden?
Did you want to hide last turn?
I couldn't because I dashed.
Well, you have cunning
Is that a
action,
bonus
right?
action?
Oh, yeah. Actually, yeah, I've doubled because I'm freaking goblin.
So you could have stealthed and or dashed in any combination of action and bonus action. So go ahead and roll a stealth for last turn. You feel pretty hidden. You know, everyone else charged forward. There were horses. There's magic. You just kind
Fire.
of scampered off. Like, it doesn't seem like anybody has direct sight of you.
Well, this guy's wait, can I go directly left like that?
What do you want to do? Sorry.
Is this difficult terrain right here?
If you go over this refuge, yeah. If you go around it, which you can do, no.
All right. Wait, around back or front?
Well, if you move this way, you're going to go over some difficult terrain. But
Yeah,
if you
bonus action
move
dash
like
too, yeah.
move like this, you're probably going to be fine. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I just didn't know because it looks like there's a table there, and then there's rubble somewhere else.
No, you can. You're pretty maneuverable.
That is 15. He's going in.
Ladies and gentlemen, bursting out of the smoky debris, we have Gex. Gex, show us what you're going to do.
Yeah, enter the gecko.
So the good news is you had advantage. That is the end of the good news. Unfortunately, as this creature is a trained warrior, it knows to defend itself from these types of ambushes while it's taking care of loading the boiler drac, and it is able to whip a weapon out to block you as you come in trying to take it out.
Damn.
Yeah, I know. Anything else for
I can take disengage, yeah?
Yep.
Oh, wait, no, I can't move anymore. Never mind.
All right. On the initiative of 12, this creature, having the boiler drac loaded and aimed, is going to fire. I think it's safe to say.
They can do that in less than a turn, huh?
Yep.
Because they moved last turn as well.
Not counting on that.
It takes
That was-
3 actions in order to load, aim, and fire the boiler drac.
Yeah, that is unfortunate.
Yes.
That is not what I was counting.
Suck a
Now,
dick.
I don't want to make any implications about your arrangement.
Yeah, we're fucking idiots, is what you're saying.
I did not have the chance to move, so it's not on me.
I was trying not to metagame. Nova absolutely would have used you guys as human shields.
Not been
So
able to
the
move
good
yet.
news is the horse is still unscathed.
Which horse?
Definitely
Oh, I know.
Iron Man. But the rest
Sorry,
of you, I will
accidentally-
need to make. I would need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oops.
Initiative.
Yeah, it's the same. I get the wrong button.
What's the DC, Tony? And how many of us are dead?
The DC is 15.
Oh, thank God.
Rolled so low,
Holy shit,
so
that's
grossly
amazing.
low.
I love it.
Man, guys are
So it's
flirting
what,
with death.
6?
Tony, if you didn't want us to keep playing the game, you could have just told us and not brutalized our characters.
So, I have a choice to make.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not sure I can make this choice. So I have inspiration, right?
Uh-huh.
I have an inspiration. Do I try and save my horse, or do I try and save myself?
I know what you should do. I also know what Ren would do, and they are not the same thing.
Yeah, Water Lily's gonna reroll. We have the same bonus. It's fine. Look at her go!
Oh, she's such
did
a
it.
good horse.
oh,
I am unconscious.
Those of you that succeeded with a 15 or higher, you take half damage, taking only 6 fire damage. The rest of you will take the full 13. And that is its turn.
there will not be a dramatic death scene this time.
Yeah, Ren, you already used up all her tears, so.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go jump in the river.
Oh, fuck. Tony, what about the cat?
So I ask you this.
Yeah.
Would you like to try and protect the cat, knowing that it will put yourself further at risk?
Sure. Can't just hurt the cat.
Let's see.
So what happens here?
I'm looking. So let me give you the full context here so you can choose.
Okay.
You can choose to fail. In doing so, you will protect the cat, but you will take full damage.
Okay.
Would you like to choose to fail?
What happens if I use inspiration? Can I avoid failing while protecting the cat?
Inspiration isn't quite strong enough for this. You're really looking for like a hero or a fate die.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'll choose to fail.
God, this guy likes cats, in case you didn't
I
know.
don't want the cat to just fucking die.
He was all upset about it. He tried to put that cat in a rope trick, and now he loves it.
I mean, I was trying to protect it then too.
Interdimensional cat.
Yeah. I mean, why not? Have an owl and a cat.
Wasn't that a Beastie Boys? Well, you don't have an owl anymore.
Well, not until I resummon it.
All right.
Internet
Just
is-
asleep, okay?
So everyone has adjusted their health values from the boiler drac. Ren, it's your turn. Sorry,
Well,
Arthenos, it's
I
your
will
turn.
make a death
Yeah.
save.
See how it is, Tony? Just trying to fucking...
You don't know. Maybe Arthenos is going to save you right here, right now. Go for it.
Possible. God, I really don't want to do this. Oh, this is a terrible idea.
Do it.
Alright.
Oh, shit.
Seeing him engaged with the green man, I'm gonna do this. And I really hope that hits him. And then this is the only thing that's adjacent to it, so I guess it's taking 4 fire damage. God, I hope this isn't the thing we're dealing fire damage to. It stokes the flames further.
Man, it'd be
At least it'd be
terrible if I
green.
said something like that. First of all, your blade covered in green flame
Green flame.
strikes true, killing this creature. He
Thank God.
detonates.
Oh, fuck! I forgot.
I need
Did they blow
both.
up?
You schmuck.
I fucking forgot.
I need you, the cat, and Gex. It's going to take me a while to get your name, sorry. To make a constitution.
Don't worry, I'll have a
saving
new
throw.
one next session.
Listen, Yami, I got stoned once, and I liked it so much I want to do it again. Fucking knew it.
Oh, it's so terrible.
Boy, remember when I prematurely spent my channel divinity?
Oh,
Gex.
Remember when Edris didn't kill my character?
no. You know what? You're not dead
Me
yet.
neither.
You haven't taken any damage.
Gex, you are restrained as your skin starts to coat with flakes of gray stone. And Arthenos, the same happens to you.
I hate this.
Jesus.
The boiler drac
Wait a
is
second.
infused. Go ahead.
That dude on the docks yelled something about that cat being lucky.
He did. He gave you advantage.
Was it
On your
just
attack.
me or was it everybody?
It was just you.
Oh, okay. All
Well,
right.
you could have done your
Would you like-
Constitution saving throw advantage.
I would say you can use that Constitution save with advantage, which is a
Okay.
14. You are not restrained.
I know that'd be Yami, not me. Mine was 10.
Oh. Yeah, you're still restrained.
Okay, it was supposed to be next action anyway, so it was.
Yeah, I was being kind of generous, but I can't help you. God can't help you now.
Nope.
Ren lets out a deep cough as he falls unconscious. Luckily, you're
I'm still,
still
like-
in the saddle,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
so
Is
I-
Water Lily no
Hanging
longer
on
a
the
controlled mount? Is she just doing her own thing now?
She's doing her own thing. She is moderately trained at this point. She's really close to leveling up, So I can say that a realistic action she would take, you can do. Whether that's be offensive or defensive, up to you.
I think that she would run behind the fucking thing that breathes fire. Just, like over here.
Yeah. On the initiative of 6, this creature is going to stoke the furnace and light the boiler drac, which is now infused with a green
God damn it!
flame. Oh, and it took 4 damage. Next up, we have Osborne.
Fucking yikes.
The problem is, I don't know if Tony's just saying this for flavor or if it actually empowered the thing.
You'll find out real soon.
I know.
Specifically,
Can't
you.
wait. Specifically me.
Specifically. Pacifically.
Atlantically.
Some stuff here. I take your attack of opportunity, Tony.
Show me where you're going so I see where you're taking it from.
Oh, actually, I don't. I don't take this attack of opportunity. There is no attack of opportunity.
Got it.
Get fucked.
I stab at this man
To the
with my lucerne hammer.
left.
That guy.
All right.
This guy right.
He is going to suffer
Don't fuck me.
an attack roll. Indeed hits.
There will also be a really, just fucking 0 damage every time. Do I have the damage rate in this? It has to be. Yep.
Keep rolling a 1.
Yeah, just keep rolling 1, man. Oh, there it is. I will also, there will be a resounding clang and the smell of like a blacksmith's forge more than there already is. And I will smite this man. Really? A 4 and a 1? Really?
I mean, we haven't asked your backstory. Are you
Apparently not.
nearsighted?
And then I guess I will bonus action poke this man with the back.
I think you got 1 too many attacks.
No, well, the hammer I rolled twice because I was trying to figure out if the damage dice was wrong.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Let me start at the top. Then I missed it. Okay.
5
So
plus a
5 plus 5, and then
What was he
another
count?
6
Okay.
bludgeoning.
Yeah, so that goes to this man.
I am
Because it has
done.
to be within. I assume it has to. Can I hit both creatures? I was trying to split it up.
You can do it all in one creature. You can hit both. It's fine.
Oh. Well, shit. I thought it had to be within 5 feet. I'm rereading it.
No, you effectively have a reach weapon all the time.
Oh shit. I mean, I already said I was doing it, so let's do that.
All right. And it takes 6 damage and looks ready to burst.
Oh, I'm done. There was one more.
So it goes from ready to burst to just bursting. I need you and Arthanos
Gee, thanks.
to make a Constitution saving throw.
You've been stoned once.
Oh, thank God.
Right. Well, there goes all my spell slot. That is my.
You are both able to withstand the effects of this acrid smoke. The initiative of 0. I need somebody brave to roll a d6.
Did it last time.
I'll do it. The cat's lucky.
Oh,
Cat's not lucky, is it, Tony?
cat is slowly turning to stone.
Uh-oh.
A red draconian flying overhead throws an alchemist flask directly at you, Nova. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no. Will I get a bonus because it'll clash with my outfit?
Don't even need
Let's
it.
say yes, you can have advantage.
Yeah.
You succeed. It does do
Barrel roll, barrel roll, barrel roll.
2 points of damage as you are able to save against it. Actually, there's no half damage on a save here, so no, you just take no damage.
Oh. Sweet. Even better.
And it is your turn.
I am going to. I don't remember if I don't think I had a description for this, but I'm going to cast darkness on them. I should be able to get both of them. And what I would like to describe it looking as like the way when the cloud covers the moon, so it just suddenly like just starts covering the vision and covering them until they're completely encircled.
Covers the what?
like when the moon is covered by the cloud, like when clouds come over and like it's not like all at once.
I was making a
But
joke.
oh,
Because the moon doesn't
What's a
exist.
moon?
Yeah.
What moon? Where's the moon?
I gotta learn not to be so earnest in this game.
It's fucking.
Yes.
No,
Either
it
a
was
total adventure.
it was a great description. Obviously, Yami ruined it. And that's really a personal failing of Yami as a person. And if you give me a moment, I'll post his address.
Oh yeah. Well, actually, no. That's my parents' house now. Got him.
Good shit on.
Got him.
But you are able
Yeah.
to cast darkness, and indeed it is sort of like clouds rolling over the moon. And let's see here. Anything else for you, Gex? Or Nova. What was your name? Sorry.
Say that again. Sorry, we were dealing with dogs.
Anything else for you?
No, I'm gonna look surprisingly satisfied with that decision.
Gex, you are turning to stone. You are restrained. What would you like to do?
I can't move, so I guess take the dodge action as much as I can.
Yeah, strike a pose.
Because if I'm turning to stone, I'm looking cool.
All right. The initiative of 12.
And I'm
And yes, you do turn to stone.
two fumbles.
On the initiative of 12. This creature is going to aim, but as it is in darkness, it is not able to line up the most efficient shot. It's just going to aim at one of 5 sounds that it can hear, which unfortunately does include Water Lily. You hear the sounds of the boiler drac shifting and turning, preparing to fire. Arthanos, it's yours.
Okay. Well, I'm restrained. So, fuck my life. I'm going to... You know what? I guess it doesn't matter. I'll hit the thing next to me. I'm assuming I have disadvantage.
It can't see you, you can't see it. It's just a normal
Oh no,
roll.
that's right. That's right. Okay. So I'll hit that and do 4 damage to that dude as I accidentally select the AoE.
It suffers 4 fire damage. Anything else for your Arthanos?
Well, this thing is 10, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I could be honest with you. You got a ways to go.
Yeah, I figured. That's why every bit of damage matters. I'm going to try to not get fucking stoned again, and I can
See
suck
you
my own
later.
dick. All right.
That's not the pose you want to strike before turning to stone, but yes.
No, it really isn't. But
you
yeah.
do turn to stone.
Son of a bitch.
In
You did this.
Yeah. In what is surprisingly good luck, Rin wakes up on his horse.
I don't know where the fuck I am. The fuck am I? I look around. There's a bubble of pitch black behind me.
You only
I
get
don't
like
look
6
good.
concussions, Lana.
Listen, I have 4 more to go.
Day.
There's one thing Ren knows. Nova cast darkness on the enemies last time. I'm just gonna charge the fuck in there.
Let's see it. In fact, you can
Right
hear
about-
the machine. Sounds like it's turning towards you.
That's great. I'm gonna make a lance attack as I sprint past this man.
What's
You can
that look
have
like?
that.
That's a big hit.
You're still on whispers, buddy.
Oh. Yeah, it was 21 and then 14 damage.
It was in the darkness. We can't see it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's thematic.
There you go.
Yeah, unfortunately, you did have any sort of advantage canceled out, but it can't see you. You can't see it. Here we are.
Yeah. I'm satisfied with that. You know what else I'm going to do, Tony? You know what else I'm going to do? Use my bonus action to take the help action. I'm going to help Water Lily. When I help Water Lily, she gets 1d6 plus my proficiency temporary hit points.
I like it.
I brought you a spare horse, Austin.
Listen, I have a horse. Until it's a fucking dragon, I'm not changing.
Possibly
have 3
the
temp
most
HP.
effective thing yet. The Boiler Drac spits hot fire immediately behind the avenue here, approaching the aimed at the area that Ren just was. Apparently, the darkness spell is putting in some work here. Osborne.
It's funny you mentioned the darkness spell putting in work, because I am going to smack this man in front of me. Oops.
Oh, actually, there was something else.
Okay.
It is a jettison of green flame.
Great.
And all creatures adjacent to the Boiler Drac will
Fuck you.
suffer 4 fire damage.
How does that work when I'm a stone?
You have resistance to all damage. You still have hit points. If you hit 0, you still go unconscious and they're dying.
I'm unconscious.
And die. I like how genuine
the
Sam's
weirdest-
laugh is when you start to die.
The weirdest part about this is you can still heal petrified creatures by raw. It's really fucking strange.
Yeah.
I was just laughing at Austin's breakdown.
So I hit that
Let's
man. Is he alive with 10 piercing damage?
He would have been, were it not for this influx of fire damage. And you do kill him. At range, no one suffers.
And then I will feel my way around until I can feel this man, and I will poke him as well.
He also goes down.
Woo!
That is my turn. I will continue to stumble.
All right. I need someone to roll a d6 who is feeling brave.
I want to do that. 5. Man,
From
my
above,
raw healers kits work on petrified creatures? That doesn't make any fucking sense.
It's super glue, dog. You just glue the pieces back on.
Yeah. There you go.
It's
Take this
magic.
pinky back on.
Gex, you start to turn to stone, and just before your eyes close over, a flaming flask comes out of the sky and hits you.
What a jerk.
You suffer
What a douche.
2 points of fire damage in your petrified form. The Boiler Drac is dormant. Without the Draconians actively engaging it, it begins to cool. Smoke and flames become less severe. The evacuation is now almost complete. There are only a few boats left, one of which the Lord Baccharis is hastily securing for each of you.
Never would have thought he'd do something good.
Because I have his golden cat, probably.
Does he know that, yo?
What old cat's
No.
in a saddlebag, isn't it?
Can
That's
I
how-
attend to Arthanos? What can I do here?
Well,
Yeah, do I need a
how
death
does-
save here, Tony, or
How does this work? Do I know that this man is making death save throws even though he's made of stone?
you definitely know I'm made of stone?
Right.
It does look like the flames, as ridiculous as it sounds, are warping his form. He's made of cheap stone.
I will do my best to try to put these flames out and unwittingly use lay on hands.
You do so. And there's a moment of reprieve here as the docks continue to be unloaded.
What you touching me for?
You have about a minute.
Oh, look at that! I'm not dead anymore.
You have 1 hit point. How nice of him.
You may have a good bear.
You have about a minute to observe the town as you make your way to the docks, ready to join the last of the escapees here. Stanton and Lord Baccharis working quickly, directing folks to get on the boats. Those of you that know Lord Baccharis, he doesn't look helpful. He looks like he's just stating obvious things, repeating what others have said. He doesn't actually look like he's helping. He's just kind of calling out things. Osborne, he looks absolutely like somebody who's in charge and vital to this effort.
As we limp up to the dock, I'll clap him on the back. Thank you for your help, friend.
Before I'm out of range, I want to look back over my shoulder and shoot a magic missile at that thing so no one else can use it.
It looks like it might be kind of difficult to dismantle, but you've got a little bit of time here. Make an investigation check. See if you can find something that looks vital to destroy.
Ooh.
Oh, I know. Bryn will say, patching his wounds with my healer's kit. Yeah, so if you remove the intake from the furnace, it won't be able to sustain the fire. There should be like a bellows or something in there. You can just rip the hose out.
And I don't know what an intake is.
It's the thing that puts the air in the fire. It looks like an accordion.
Either a 13 or a 17, depending on whether that was helping or not.
There are 2 boats left. You look in and you're trying to see what you can do to disable this, and sure enough, you do find a pretty vital piece. It looks like it feeds fire from the furnace into whatever contraption generates that massive gout of flame, and you think you could destroy that if you want to target it.
I would like to.
At this point, Gex and Arthanosh, you come out of your petrified state.
Ugh. Can't take that. That's awful. Like shaking my limbs out and whatnot. Oh, we won.
So last time you
We're not all dead this time.
said last time. We gotta feed the dogs, guys. They're starting to get pretty wound up.
Excellent. So as you're looking for a way to disable this boiler, Drac, you hear some loud crashing of wood breaking, and coming down the alleyway, a couple of more Draconians and a large ogre who is ripping into a barrel of fish and biting their heads off as they approach down the way. That,
So, like a
Biting
full
the fish
ogre,
off.
like not Cookie.
not Cookie.
Unfortunate.
That is what we will come back to.
Nice.
Please go feed your animals.
Oh, he actually is fighting that fish. Look at that.
Yeah.
This would have been a good combat for dying.
Yeah? I'm just curious how. Like, are you going to elaborate there?
So the whole Thrycreen spirit, that character died from an ogre. And so anytime there was... Yeah.
Would have been great.
Would have been awesome.
Would have been your first rage, huh?
Probably, yeah.
Man. What would that have been like?
Use a character feature.
I was probably have to be dragged into the boat. Otherwise, I would just be mauling this thing.
Tony, I googled it briefly. It seems like there's no direct consensus on rope trick in 5e. Like, it's not been said anywhere, at least not that I found.
How did it work in previous editions?
Previous editions, it seems like it couldn't move, but what's unclear is what would happen if you used it on like a vehicle, like a boat or something like that. Whether it would stay in the same relative point in space, or if it was like relative to the ground that it was summoned on or whatever. That part is unclear and is sort of like up to the DM. It seems like.
I kind of feel like it's pretty clear that it's a stationary thing.
Okay.
That's my interpretation, and I think that's what we'll go with if we don't find anything more official than that.
Okay. That works. And you mean like on a boat as well? It would be. the place in space, not place relative.
On
to
a
the boat.
wagon or something like that, I'd say it stays in place. On a boat, I think is substantial enough that it's affixed to the boat rather than to
Okay, like a big boat though, not like a rowboat.
like a ship. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
right. And,
All right.
and that's largely just how I feel about those. Because I
Yep,
feel like
that's
you
fair.
should be able to Liam's tiny hut on a ship, but on the back of a wagon, I'm like, that's a bit much.
Yeah.
Yeah, because even Galdier's tower on a ship, you just summon a whole fucking ass wizard tower on a ship, and it's just there.
It's one of the spells, like, I don't think I'll ever actually see it. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
I took that spell on my my Kinku Puffcord because home was where the heart is, and Brian gave me a wizard trapped in a salt shaker.
Gave you a wizard trapped in a salt shaker? Salt shaker?
Yeah, so we were playing Wild Beyond the Witchlight, and part of the thing is you trade stuff. Like, so you can't steal anything in the Feywild, right? You have to give something up. So Brian was like, yeah, there's a salt shaker with a little tower in it. And it's got a wizard, and it's, it's supposed to be like a snow globe. Like, you shake the salt, and the wizard gets all fucked up, and he's tumbling around and shit.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'll permanently give up one of my spells as a wizard in exchange for this salt shaker. And he's like, oh, okay, that's more than I expected. Because he was just like, give a trinket or whatever. I'm like, no. I'll give up the ability to cast Unseen Servant to get the salt shaker. And so then the next level, I took Galdier's Tower, and I flavored it. So, like, you
What
sprinkle
level
the
did you
salt
guys
on the
get up to?
ground. 5. We all died to the Jabberwock at 5th level. So this is a 3rd level spell. So when I cast the spell, I just shook the salt on the ground, and the tower grew out of it. And then the wizard was just like a ghost that was trapped there. It's really pissed off that I was shaking him all the time. We ignored him. It was fun.
Trent started to run that, but I couldn't keep. I couldn't make the sessions because they would start like so late.
Yeah.
But I was
What,
curious, was it a good campaign?
I enjoyed the parts that we played. But when we died, we were like, okay, let's play monsters now. So that's what we're doing.
Fair.
So we only played like half of it, but I enjoyed the parts that were. There's one of the hags is like this toad-looking lady,
Yeah, I remember that.
but she has like little versions of herself that like run around, and I loved that.
Yeah, Trent did a really good job introducing us to the world and like letting us run around and do stuff like just the fair, the carnival, was like
Oh yeah,
2 sessions by itself, pretty much.
that was good. I enjoyed that a lot too.
And it was fun. It was a cool world to get into, and I was playing like Sir Toadsgrope the Bard.
Oh, fantastic!
I was having a good time with it, and
I often think about the Grope family. What? There's at least 2 of them, right?
I think
So
it's hard to say because like the whole thing with Sir Toadsgrope was like I wanted a goblin paladin, but like the goblin doesn't really have the same sense of grandeur and things like that because he's kind of he's a goblin. Like his sense of grand is like what goblins think are grand and fancy, so he doesn't really nail it. But then I just really wanted to play that sort of ostensibly annoying character, and like it evolved. But I always wonder, like, when am I going to bust out the Goblin Paladin?
yeah, and so when I was running the Sands of Sath, I did the thing where I just combined a bunch of like your previous PCs to make the rival party.
Mm-hmm.
So when I combined Sir Toadsgrope and Tyrius, you get Sir Goatsgrope,
Yeah.
which is Tyrius with the 3 goat statues, and he rides goats, and he's about goats instead.
That's canon.
And it's just
Goatsgrope is his rival / brother.
Yeah, and like he's Tyrius, but like the parody version, and that just makes me laugh because Tyrius is already fucking ridiculous, right?
Yeah. He's not.
Then you just crank it up to 12.
Yeah. I do think that's true. Like, I wonder if maybe I should cramp him up and be even more like Disney strongman.
Oh yeah, like a himbo.
Yeah.
Make him Gaston, but not a dick.
Gaston did nothing wrong.
I mean, you say that, and then
There's a whole
he
Reddit
did a
thread.
lot of things wrong.
It's a whole Reddit thread. Reddit wouldn't lie. Gaston did nothing wrong.
You know who else they say did nothing wrong?
Situation, and the reason that nobody could afford eggs is because of the amount of eggs Gaston was eating every day. Huh?
If a fictional character had an OnlyFans account, which one do you think would be the most successful? That's post number 1 in Gaston Did Nothing Wrong. Let's bump it up. No
Wait,
one
what?
fucks like Gaston.
I'm going to say, I think Gaston has an average-sized penis.
Are you using Gaston, or are you using Gaston's ownership or starting an OnlyFans account as a baseline for him being good?
All I'm saying is, when you hear the phrase blank did nothing wrong, there's some bad associations there.
I know.
What, like Hitler?
Sure, man.
And we're canceled.
Gaston, hard-working man who earns his way. Doesn't just sit around on his parents' money, unlike some people. Protector of the village from wolves and other threats. Economic provider of value to the community. Beloved by everyone in town. Socially cohesive and the center of everyone's adoration because of his many outstanding good qualities. High opinion and confidence in himself because he has worked hard to get to where he is. Improving his strength by eating well and exercising and honing his skills.
So I'm not saying you can't spin Gaston as good. What
Bell.
I'm saying is that this is intentionally misleading.
Belle was
And
the 1700s equivalent of a NEET. She was not employed. She's just sitting in her parents' basement playing video games. Incredibly vain, high opinion of herself, despite doing literally nothing, provides no value to her community, genuinely thinks she's better than everyone else, and better than being in the town, wants to go off on a magical adventure instead of appreciating what she has.
No, we're not.
Okay.
We're not. You
So,
can't argue
what-
that Gaston did nothing wrong because Belle was a dick.
Yeah,
They
my
can
point
both
is,
be bad people.
With the
nobody in that
information that
movie is
he
good.
had,
All of people suck.
with the information he had, he made the right decision to want to hunt down the monster in the tower that was clearly either kidnapping or manipulating and extorting Belle's family.
Manipulating like he did to groom her since she was younger?
Okay, I was hoping you wouldn't mention that.
I was holding
I
that
was
one
just-
back a little
yeah.
bit. Thank you, Austin.
Thanks for
I
giving me
wanted
time.
to give you the benefit of the doubt.
No, like that whole movie is like I get that it's like the number one because like a lot of like women at my age, that was one of their favorite films when they were kids. So like there's a lot of women you meet that have like a really high opinion of the movie, but like I'm watching it as an adult for the first time like many years ago, and I'm like, oh man, like there's a lot of problematic stuff here all around.
What movie?
Beauty and the Beast. Yeah, no one's good in that. I don't really like any of the characters. Like Gaston obviously has the funny, you know, he's
He's
funny.
funny,
But,
but yeah,
like,
he's
still
sexist, not a good dude, really, really gross kind of if you think about it, but he is funny, right? Maybe
and that's what I appreciate.
well, who's
about
the
him.
candle? Maybe the candle's fine.
The Candle's funny, but also he's like
Wow,
fucking all the
okay,
maids. So
okay.
like,
Oh, you're right. He was
Wasn't
kind of a
the candle
sleazy.
basically wasn't the candle basically Pepe Le Pew?
Yeah, and I don't think Pepe
yeah,
Le
but he
Pew's
took
coming
pride in
back.
service.
They didn't really know what consent was back
Yeah.
then.
It's true. Just lie back and think of England.
That phrase always makes me laugh. Lie
Yep.
back and think of Ireland.
Are you guys? Is anybody not ready?
I mean, if we keep talking about this, will it prolong the rest of us being brutally murdered in the game?
I don't know. I think
No,
you
we're
guys
on the
got
boat.
this.
It's fine.
I was doing fine.
Were you? So somebody tried to help you.
Yeah, one of her eyes is still blind because it's still stone, but yeah, it's getting better. I need all of you to re-roll initiative.
Best part is I don't have any more fucking wizard
You need
blade
us to-
stone shit.
It's like I never rolled a different initiative.
Oops. Well, Tony, I rolled that in secret because I was ready to do death
Yeah,
saving
you're fine.
throws,
It
but
showed up in the turn order.
You're right.
I was. I was dead and I was
Not
rock
now.
hard and dead. experiencing that rigor mortis.
Oh, my thing didn't go to the tracker because I didn't click my fucking token.
Some might say you were bricked up. I didn't send it to you, but this came up in conversation at work, and my colleague, I was like, Shane, I'm going to ask you a question. What do you think being bricked up means? Do you think it means being constipated, or literally anything else? And he's like, clearly means being constipated. And like I had to explain to him, no, it doesn't. And he's like, that makes no fucking sense. I'm like, vindication. At the top of the round, though, Arthanos, it is yours. Bursting down this alleyway, chomping on the heads of fish and just gnarling at their bones, feeding himself from a barrel, this ogre in similarly oversized armor to what the Draconians have been wearing, along with 2 Draconians at his side, stumbles into view. He just takes one fish by the tail and points at the remaining 2 boats that are being loaded.
1 fish, 2 fish, pea fish, poo fish. Alright, I'm gonna...
What the fuck does that mean?
Austin, do you think I listen to myself when I talk?
Yeah, you've learned from me.
Yeah, I spent way too much time around Yowie in the past year. Fucking... How far away are these fucks? Okay. Being that I am bleeding out... Oops, that's not where I meant to go. I'm going to go there.
To the fire.
Yeah.
I'm going to go here.
Blake, I can already feel like Blake's like, maybe I should give him 1 more HP.
I'm going to...
He'll figure it out.
Oh, fuck. I'm going to hold person the ogre.
Oh shit, you're doing wizard shit?
Yeah,
God.
for once.
You know what really sucks?
Me doing wizard shit?
No, ogres aren't humanoids, fuckboy.
Oh, are they not?
Let's
I
take a
thought they were.
look.
I just wanted to dunk on Kevin. I'm sorry.
It's very possible.
In fact, it is not, but I'll say that you know what your spell won't work on. You
Okay.
can choose to do something else.
In that case, how far are...
Why did we destroy the dragon furnace
Well,
when we could have used
I
it
didn't
to
she
murder
was
the ogre?
just about to do that.
But I hadn't actually done it yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
It
It's
took,
Kevin's
it
turn,
took
and I
about a
feel like
minute
I'm
for the
talking a lot.
petrification to roll off
Okay.
and for her to figure out where it was.
I thought we did destroy it.
Not quite yet.
Alright, can I activate it so that we can move it?
Ooh.
Make an investigation.
Okay.
Oh, I like this.
I also like this.
So you're taking a look around, and you think that there are essentially 4 components to this. You can aim, you can stoke the furnace, you can fire, or you can move. It takes pretty much an action to do any one of those things, at least 3 to fire it.
Okay. Well, I'm going to move to this side then, and I'm going to try to move it in this direction.
All right, let's see. With a 17, that is good enough. You can move it up to 30 feet.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay,
Let's
good
go here then. And, well, I don't know. Yeah, I'll go as far right as I can without damaging anybody, but yeah.
Without becoming MAGA. Hey.
Maybe we need to shove some people out of the way.
Thanks, Yami. I appreciate your pity laugh. You are able to bring this thing down into the alleyway, into the crossroad. Anything else for you?
I'm also going to, yell out to everybody, "Let's use this!" As if they couldn't figure it out already for me moving it.
This creature wanders out, sees the boiler drac come into the view, and he is just wide-eyed, drops the barrel of fish, grabs the draconian to his right,
Oh, great.
and he is going to chuck that creature at you.
Oh, they're grenades.
And that is why I stayed behind this thing. I hope it will help.
He is pretty strong, and the creatures are assisting him by furling out their wings. They are going to reach... Let's see, right about... Oh, you can get the full 60.
They're gonna reach
Nice.
terminal animosity.
He's going
God
to reach
damn it.
right here. That is his turn. Osborne.
Yikes.
So, fun fact, Blake's favorite mechanism of like any kind of injury is hitting a motherfucker with
another
gun.
motherfucker. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
We love that
Every
here.
opportunity.
he is loving this.
Fucking Christ. Glad he didn't land on me.
I know at least Tony and I have like characters dedicated to solely that feat.
Yep.
That was one of Remsier's moves.
Yeah, it was. I like that move.
Anytime that happens in a movie, Blake will laugh for a solid 10 minutes.
That is true.
All right, Osborne, what are you up to?
I'm moving. I was measuring. Doing the measures.
Now, the Boiler Drac isn't a creature per se, so you can move through its space if you want to. That's up to you.
Oh, okay.
I'm not suggesting anything.
Yeah. I've just been treating. No, I'm good here.
Okay.
You kidding me? I won't get blown up when this thing pops.
Thanks.
I mean, what's gonna happen? Both of us are gonna get stoned?
Yeah, I know. Can't do much about it.
Oh yeah, I have 1 hit point. That's not good.
Yep.
Yeah, ain't the only one. You got that going for you.
You know, having a ranged weapon would be cool.
Probably. Here's the question: will everyone ignore me saying let's use this thing?
I mean, I'm gonna help.
I definitely want to help. Do you want me
Yeah.
to deal with the draconian next to you?
Yeah.
I think he wants to not be stoned again, so whatever that takes.
That's also true, but I'd also like to not be dead. So it's win-win. Or lose one of those.
Tis I.
Throwing a potion
Throwing a potion?
to somebody else.
Oh.
Is that an object interaction? Is that an action?
I'd say handing a potion to somebody is definitely an object interaction.
Would I
Throwing
then-
one, I'm
Could
gonna
I
have to
then-
say an action.
That makes my decision. So
Hmm.
before I moved, could I have handed the last potion of greater healing to Red?
You can.
Red, you have one more potion of greater healing.
I just want to point out,
Great.
this man showed up with 2 potions, and he gave them both to Ren, so fuck you, Arthenos.
Yeah, I'm gonna feed mine to my horse.
Jesus Christ.
It's a joke. Did I not get to go?
It's your turn up there?
My initiative is 19.
Yeah, what the fuck,
You
Tony?
must not have been
Yeah,
slow
it
to
never
them.
reordered.
So we're gonna move you down to ugh.
Put me at 12 to 11. Above
I'll
that.
put you to 11, unless Gex is fine giving up hit and going one lower.
Want to go 12.1?
So the problem is I couldn't get next to Arthenos. Well, fuck, you said I could move through this thing?
Yes.
I guess I could. Yeah, then I would have given it to Arthenos. Sorry, Ren.
That's
okay.
fair.
It was mostly that I was next to him, but yeah, that'll still
Okay.
be.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Just kind of slap it on his face and keep moving.
Yeah.
If you play Baldur's Gate 3, you can actually throw potions at your dead, unconscious teammates to revive them. It does 6 points of damage and then 8 points of healing, which is usually fine.
But that also so is it not my turn then?
Yeah, it's yours.
Okay. Then I will poke at this minutes.
Let's see what that looks like. Slash. Good hit.
Oh God!
All right, so definitely 12
Goodbye, everyone.
piercing, and then another 6 bludgeoning. This creature looks hurt, but not dead.
Turn to stone right before you can drink the potion.
Yeah,
Right,
I
I was
hate that he
thinking
gets a
about
turn
that.
before.
Speaking of,
The potion's not turned to stone though, because it's magical. So you could still drink the potion, but you have to tip the entire Arthenos like a beer bottle.
That's amazing.
Gex.
so speaking of drinking a potion,
Mhm.
I'm gonna move there. Now I'm gonna kill this thing.
Yes. Yes.
Doesn't want advantage.
I have advantage because you're next to him. go with
No,
the,
you just get sneak attack.
Yeah, just
doesn't
sneak
give
attack.
you advantage.
Yeah, I meant like advantage, but yeah. Doesn't you don't need it, clearly.
That is plenty. This creature is impaled in the belly, and he immediately begins to spew acrid smoke. I need you and Arthanos to make a con save.
God, it's so good. It's always Arthur.
1, 2, 3 in a row, baby.
Didn't mean to do that twice. 17 though. Holy shit. It fucking worked.
3 fumbles in a row.
You love to see it.
The cat is finally beginning to consider, like, maybe you're not a safe bet. It is fine,
That
though.
cat has dedication.
Yeah. It's just
Yeah,
so
it's just-
scared.
It's locked on to me. I tried to protect it once.
You did.
Not like I can protect it against stone gas.
You kill this creature. Anything else for you?
Nope. Can't
Ren.
move.
So we've ignited the Drake, right?
Yes. Well, no.
Okay.
You've moved it.
Moved it. I will send Water Lily to safety. We'll go down here. And then I will turn this thing. Why do I have 15 hit points? Oh, my token just didn't update. That's fine. I turn the thing. Not turn the thing. I ignite the thing.
Excellent. You stoke the boiler, and it begins churning out this black, acrid smoke. It is primed.
Great. That's my turn.
Initiative of 11. This creature is going to run forward. He can't get in range, but he sees the boiler drac. He is going to dash to try to get right up in Nova's face. He can't attack this turn, but it is Nova's.
As he enters my reach.
Weird, my voice was really low.
Did he enter? Sure as fuck did.
Yes.
Nope, that's the wrong one. So 15, but is for damage.
He explodes. Nova make a no, I'm just kidding. He is struck as he comes into your to attack you, Nova. It is yours.
Oh God. I'm going to move behind Ren, and then I'm going to try to shoot our mechanical dragon at the ogre. Right, because everyone else has got it all prepped and ready to go.
The flame is stoked. It has not been aimed. It'll be one action to aim it, one action to fire it.
I want to make it go boom. All right. You know,
This way.
You ready an action to fire it when someone else finishes aiming it.
yeah. No, I will point it and give the poor man who has been stoned for most of our campaign to do it.
It's too fucking toasted, broski.
Excellent. You aim the boiler drac. Arthanos,
Yeah.
it is yours.
Alright, now drinking a potion is an action, correct?
It is a bonus action we house ruled.
Yeah, we decided
Oh! Well, I'll do that. How much is it again? 44 plus 4?
You got it.
Holy shit, I'm not dead, and actually that's most of my health. Okay. And I'm gonna fucking fire this bitch. In this direction. I mean, it can hit both of them, so it's gonna hit both of them.
I need you to roll 5 d10s.
Alright, I'll
Right.
take it. It's above average.
This creature does not need to make any dexterity saving throw, as it is immediately ignited and just burned away. This man, however, will attempt a dexterity saving throw. He's unnaturally agile.
Yeah.
He suffers 28 fire damage.
Yeah, fuck you, fat fuck.
It is his turn. He is going to run up and dash. Wait, come on. Please have some extra movement. You gotta have something. Wait, actually?
All right.
He does have extra
Character
movement,
next week, Blake.
but it's still not enough. He can only get
Oh,
this
okay.
close.
Is that Kevin?
I said new character next week, Blake. Smash your fucking face in.
He
It actually took me all week because I made 4 of them.
Oh, okay.
You know how they used to do like
So you're
months
ready.
of- Yeah, like
Yeah, remember the 4 people that showed up with me, on my crew? I am my whole unit.
He is going to take his javelin, level it at you, Osborne, and chuck it.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking yikes. Wow. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I am unconscious.
Yikes, Make a death save. Gex, it is yours.
Can't move. Here we go.
I gotta turn on my whisper rolls to GM again.
Wait, do you
Ooh.
make a death save like immediately when you go down? I thought it was only the turn after.
Well, it was my turn. That was my turn next.
Yeah, that's turn red there.
Oh, that's right.
It's
okay.
actually one of the worst feelings because, like, I'm fine with taking you unconscious. I feel
Yeah.
bad when you go unconscious right before your turn because it's like, ah, man, you could have done something, but now you just have to watch. Just sit in the corner and watch while dressed as Superman. Gex.
I am no longer turned to stone.
I understood that reference.
Thank you.
Me too.
Uh,
Or at least I'm assuming that I did. Could be wrong.
yeah, it's
But I
recorded.
can't.
Oh, I
Sorry.
didn't understand that reference.
Oh, there you go. Sorry, were you doing anything else besides saving?
The save's at the end of the turn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can't do anything.
Okay.
It was just too hard for that.
Red.
Okay. So we've pulled the trigger. The dragon needs to set up again.
But now it's
Does
only
the-
It's
two actions?
three.
starting all over.
Yeah,
Go
so
to
it's
the-
3.
This thing has a massive recoil as it puts out this gout of flames. It's not aligned and centered and aimed like it was.
I mean,
Yeah. So it's 3 to do it again because we don't have to move it. We just have to light it, aim it, fire it.
Yeah.
That is correct.
The thing I want to ask is, does it look like this ogre could just manhandle this thing away from us?
No, it's heavy, and honestly, it's so symbolized, has so much design in
Fantastic.
common with the dragon. It's sharp. It's got metal scales and things like that. It's not easy.
I light the flame.
yes.
Nova.
I will stoke the flame while praying to gods I don't think I really believe in.
well, is it light, stoke, aim, fire?
Stoke,
No,
aim, fire.
it doesn't matter. The 3 of us do the thing, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Arthanos, once more, roll 5d10.
Now, Tony, if I wanted to say channel some extra fire into this thing as it shot, could I use my inspiration to do so?
You want to
some
throw a little
effect.
green flame into it?
Yeah, let's do that.
You remember what happened last time, right?
Shh. Okay, yeah, never mind. I forgot.
He did not remember.
I definitively did not. Immediately.
Can only stay quiet for so long.
Yeah.
All right, I'll take
Oh,
it.
shit.
That's a good one.
Come on, save. Come on, save. I really need you to save. Daddy needs a new car.
Save this. Grabs testicles.
The boiler Drax spits out another gout of flame, and as it clears, this man is just burnt cinders. Pieces of him roll out like charcoal out of a bag, and he falls to his death. That is the end of combat. All around you, the city is being destroyed and overrun. Draconians are making their way in faster than ever. Before we become completely out of initiative, one boat remains. Lord Baccharis takes to it. This boiler drac is still functional, and Osborne is still unconscious and dying. So at the end of your turn, Arthanos, Osborne, well, he doesn't look better. Gex, you are not stone. It's your turn again.
Kind of scratch my head a little bit. someone gonna help that guy over there? I don't know.
Oh yeah, I got him. I don't have my healer's kit. I look over my shoulder. You Nova, you got that?
Yeah, take it. I don't. It's the here and just hand it.
Yeah, I'll give him first aid.
Excellent. And Nova, would you like to continue to dismantle the boiler drac?
I mean, yeah.
All right. You've already determined what you need to do. And
All right.
with a couple applications of your spells, you can cause some pretty catastrophic damage. You end up blocking one of the exhaust chambers. And as it builds up heat, it seems to warp the internal structure, along with breaking that sort of furnace pipe between the two. You think this thing's out of commission.
Awesome. And then I would like to start shepherding, herding everyone towards the boats.
The time it takes for you to destroy the boiler drac or make it inoperable and to stabilize Osborne is really just enough time for the last boat with Lord Baccharis on it to drift further out into the river. And he says, almost mockingly over his shoulder, "Quick, hurry!" As he continues to row. "I don't want to leave without you." Continues to row. "Oh, what a tragedy!"
Can
Continues
I?
to row.
Yeah.
I have a hook on a chain.
That's my dude.
Yes.
Can I attach it to this horse? Ooh, it's not my horse, but it is a good horse. I like this horse. And then I just want to tow his boat back to the shore so we can get in it. You know, using the horse. This is the whole thing.
Make an attack roll. See if you can catch it with your sickle and chain.
I'll give you my fucking inspiration.
25.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll tell stories of your chink grandeur.
And then I pat the horse on the rump.
And in fact, seemingly saving the last boat for himself. It's big. It's makeshift, but it's got enough room for a couple of horses.
It's got room for activities.
The horses are luckily well trained enough that you can get them on here, but sun is setting on Vogler. Evening is a bit deceptive as the night starts to take over because so much of the town is in flame. And you are able to make your way out towards the river. And I think I have a handout for this one.
For the duration that we're on the boat, I would like to use minor illusion, recasting as often as I need to have a giant bee or wasp constantly bothering him. Never like fully landing, but always makes like he's not allowed to rest this whole time.
I love that. That's very stupid.
Yep. I mean, we know
It's just always on his shoulder. He's like, ah! And we like
Yeah, like, every
slap
time
it
he goes
for him,
to-
but then it's somewhere else.
Yeah.
And just poop all the time.
Yep.
Poop and fish.
Reeks of.
Do you just
shit and
alternate,
fish.
or is it both?
We'll go with alternate. Keep it fresh.
Right? Right when you start getting you start getting nose blind, it changes.
Yep. He can eat a big fat, I don't know, fish dick or thing of fish skin.
What are you, gay fish?
Yeah,
I understood that reference.
got a problem with that?
I can't find it in one place, but I will post it in the Discord.
Rad.
I mean, out on fire.
Good artwork.
Good artwork.
Give me a moment here. Let me get back in place.
I'm assuming Lord Baccharis didn't recognize the cat that's still attached to me.
The living cat? No.
Yeah. Okay.
He seems to be sulking. Vingard River carries the flotilla of boats. You're sort of the last one out. And it is a journey that takes most of the night. At this time, if you would like, you can start to advance to 4th level.
Oh,
Yeah.
You can also wait till after
Banging.
the session if you would prefer. Unless things go very terribly, I don't think there's going to be an additional combat this session.
I trust nothing you
Have
say.
you met us?
And that's... Yeah, I mean, I'd say like 2 in 10 chance. 3. 3 in 10.
Did we get a long rest or a short rest?
You will be able to long
Or-
rest on the boats because you can trade and alternate people keeping the flotilla in check as you escape the town. And each of you gets a bonus feat.
Ooh.
Now, the bonus feat can be skilled or tough, or it could be one of these feats, which I am trying to find for you now.
why did I think proficiency bonus one of it? It's 5.
Yeah, almost there.
5 everything is wild.
Good old ability score improvement.
Oh, I got a cantrip. Oh boy.
Oh boy!
I
I
can
take
smell
2
even more
feet?
shit.
Well, the big thing
Do I
is you get an
more than
ASI
yours?
or a feat, and because you get a bonus feat, you could get 2 feats or an ASI and a feat
2 feeds.
I already have 2 feet.
if you wanted.
Where's the, you said there was a feats you were going to post?
I am working on it as we speak.
Alright, sorry.
So you can take skilled or tough if you did not already take it. You can also take alert, mobile, sentinel, or warcaster. If you are a divinely powered person, you may choose one of those
That's
feats,
Blake.
but you may also choose the divinely favored feat. You can find it on 5e Tools, or I can copy a version of it for you.
I can Google it.
Neat. So there are
Yes.
specific additional feats. Those
Yes,
are cool.
yes. If you are perhaps a mage of high sorcery, you can choose
Mean
one of
magic.
these feats, or
Any spells with a vocal component can deal 1d4 to a target within range psychic damage.
And I think you just interrupted him.
Oh, sorry, I got excited.
it was my fault for starting my sentence in the middle of his.
What are you, Kujus?
How did I lose this? Oh, it's because I went to. I see what happened.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
I think it's like what, some free spells and something else.
Well, you can get a cantrip from the cleric spell list on the first level from the cleric spell list.
Then you get
So, like-
augury.
Yep.
Yeah. Then you get
Just
something
gotta
else,
find
right?
out. If you,
Mm, I mean, holy symbol is a spellcasting focus. That's it.
No, still not bad.
No, I mean, dude, giving a paladin like Sacred Flame or something.
Could help.
Pretty nice. Just have a ranged option.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are a knight of Solamnia, you can choose a feat that is tailored for the crown, the rose, or the sword.
Rose, please.
You're going to want to look up Knight of the Rose feat. I believe it is a
And then-
+1 to an ability score and bolstering rally.
And then this is for the night of the whatever mages. That would be the adepts. Adept of.
Yes, it'll be the adept of black, red, or white. So let me ask
Okay.
you this, Nova, and you can whisper this response if you'd like. Do you think you are a white, red, or black-robed character?
I will send you a Discord message.
Ooh, sneaky.
But once you have determined that, you may take the Adept of the appropriate colored robes feat. And I looked at those 3 today. They are all good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty good.
And then, of course, however,
Suboptimal. Oh,
and then, of course, however you'd like to spend your ASI, including turning it into another feat if you would like. But I'm going to
Doesn't
carry
ask
on with a
me
little bit of
about the mage
narration
thing.
here. Sorry, say again?
Somebody
Oh,
doesn't
right.
ask me about the mage thing. Yeah.
For some reason, I thought I'd already done yours.
See how it is. Yeah.
But yes,
You
same
just
rules
figured
apply
he
for you.
would be dead.
What? Yami, you want to try that one again?
You just figured he would be dead.
Oh yeah. Fair enough. It was close.
I think if you get turned
Yeah.
to stone too many times in one day, that like it's just permanent, and they just use you
Yeah,
as a
just,
boat anchor for the rest of the journey.
You got to see a doctor about that. I hear.
If your petrification lasts for more than 4 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
On today's episode of Priya Prism Awareness. So while you guys continue to level up, I am going to. Oof, that's a bold choice there, Kevin.
Is it?
I don't know.
Is it though? I mean, like it matches the.
No,
Earlier.
I was just saying it in a way to like conjure some unease or some distrust.
Oh, I don't trust you at all.
Fair.
Don't worry. We've maxed that bar out. Who even are you?
Well, that seems pretty good.
We get our spell slots.
Now, if you do
Level.
decide at a story relevant event that you would like to change your nightly group, it's not impossible, and I'll allow you to change your feat when you do so. Same goes for the
Okay.
spellcasters.
Good.
But you can continue to finish that on. Dawn approaches you, having traveled entirely through the night. It is actually getting pretty close to late morning, almost noon, by the time you start to see the first signs of Calaman's territory. Pressing on, you'll see the walled city of Calaman rising in the distance, spreading across the southern shore of a very wide bay. Ships sail to and from the city's walled harbor, and their courses are lit by a pair of towering beacons. On the shore ahead, where the Vingard River meets Calaman Bay, dozens of survivors from Vogler have pulled their mismatched boats ashore and begun making camp. You are the last to arrive in Vogler, and as you come up to the shore there, you see Darrett. And he is looking out over you. He waves you in, and as you start to get off your boat there, he helps pull it onto shore. And he looks you over, and he's really happy to see Nova, Ren, Arthanos. But he doesn't recognize a couple of these strangers here, and he says, Ren, where? And he kind of realizes what he's asking, but he still says, Did the other two not make it? Are Dine and Akash?
Right. I almost forgot because we were fighting for our lives. But now's a good time to grieve. And I sit down and I put my face in my hands. And I just start crying.
Oh. Blake, we use the averages for help, so you don't have to worry about rolling your hit die. You can never do wrong.
Oh, okay. My bad.
No worries. But you are kind of presented to Rin breaking down here, and Darrett puts one hand on your shoulder, and he looks a little confused, and then finally he says,
I hug him like a bear trap.
he gives you a genuine hug back, and even though he's younger and much less accomplished than you, he's really trying his best to comfort you. And he tries to offer some words of wisdom. He says, I know it's not really right because I don't have the experience to say so, but I think it's important that we remember the people that they were and that they fought with us. Something that, because of them, we're still here.
I finish wiping my nose on his shoulder. And I say, I know, it's just compassion is something I'm very passionate about. But
No
I
one
can
wants
finish
to
crying later. For now, Becklin wanted me to give you something. Something that Dine died for. And so I think you should have it. It's whatever's in this box here.
Could I be poking at the box when you motion to it?
Yeah, you're like halfway inside it. You just close the lid.
Yeah. No, sorry. Can I casually walk away?
Yeah. Picked up some strange bedfellows. And
She said you were ready. I'm not gonna cry again.
Becklin looks at you. Wait, is Becklin not coming?
She went to go join the mercenaries, and as far as I know, they got routed off their retreat back. They were gonna round about their way to the river, and I just point down the river. But I don't know if they'll make it.
He looks out down the river, no sign of anyone following in tow, and he says, They should have been here by now. Takes a really big deep breath. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. And he opens the crate kind of a little hesitantly. And inside, like you would expect, there is a set of armor. A set of armor stylized in the way of the Knights of Solamnia, made to fit a young knight. And he just sees it and quickly closes the lid, and he says, "Thank you. Really, really thank you. I have probably a lot of things to keep me busy with. Well, you can see we're in a bit of a mess here. And you look around and you see that this, what's the term? Hoovertown, from the Depression. This town is not doing great. Many of them have taken their ships up onto the shore, and they're trying to make sense of things, but everything around you looks really in bad shape. There's a man that's kind of stumbling out of a boat still, and he takes a clear and obvious fall, twisting his ankle. You see a couple of young children fighting over things. Elsewhere, you see a couple of older children, and it looks like they're bullying a man for his food. There's a couple of younger people that are just shivering beside an unlit stack of firewood, staring off in the direction of Vogler, and they just look shell-shocked.
Okay.
I am muted.
Osborne.
Yeah. This is my job. I need to get round.
Okay.
You rest. I'll go see if I can find, or actually, if you can, go to the gate. Tell them I have returned. Ask them to send help, please.
I can do that.
And I
Actually,
will.
we can do that. I don't go anywhere alone right now. I'm in a bad place.
Yeah, Nova doesn't really want to be alone either, and so I will be actually sticking very close to my friends, even if they don't know they're my friends.
Darrett will
Well,
kind
you've
of
been very clear about it, haven't you?
Darrett will set off towards a couple of the youths that are taking advantage of this older man, but trying to take his food, and he says, Mayor Raven, she'd probably like to see you. She told me to keep an eye out for you. Thanks again for everything. I know that right now this doesn't look like much, but it really is everything to us.
I would like to take a little bit and just as a general montage, make my way around the crowd and try to give like words of comfort. I will again inadvertently spend a few points of lay on hands where it looks like it's needed the most. You know, try to at least bring the spirits up and general morale. I'm not gonna roleplay the whole thing out, but you know what I mean. Like
Yeah,
15, 20 minutes,
taking
just
care
trying
of some
to
of these
sort of
easy
organize.
problems, getting some organization to the camp.
Yeah, trying to get like, no, you don't dig the latrines, you know, down water from where you're at.
As you're doing so, and this man has clearly sprained an ankle. He looks pretty hurt, and he's kind of older, so he's having trouble adjudicating himself and getting around anyways. But you offer him a little bit of lay on hands to right his position, and he looks startled and bewildered. And he asks you,
I think
go ahead.
I was just say I think to Osborne it's always just sort of he always thinks he's just kind of unnaturally good at like binding wounds and you know what I mean like it's battlefield trauma to him, but there is a divine element that he's I don't know entirely aware of.
This man seems shocked at the effectiveness, and he kind of clasps your hand as you're tending to him, and he says, "My boy, what was that?"
A lot of practice with sprained ankles on the mounted combat was a bit of a nightmare for me.
Oh, there's something special about you.
I'll kind of smile at him and just doing my job, sir.
He kind of leaves it at that, but you can see there's this sense of genuine awe as you retreat.
But yeah, as I stand up, I kind of shrug and I'd like to say welcome to the capital, but not the best circumstances, is it?
And yet it seems like I've been blessed anyways. He thanks you again,
Yeah.
and you spend a lot of time getting the camp tended, and Mayor Raven will eventually come through. Looks like she's trying to make sure that as many people as they were expecting to arrive with, they did. And when she sees each of you, she says, "I've had more than a few. I've gotten some good news today. We heard about everything that you did to hold the line there as the last of us were boarding. It's really incredible. We're really grateful to you. I don't think I've had the chance to meet you." And she gestures towards you, Osborne, and you, Gex.
I'm gonna still be holding the cat. I'm just gonna be like, turn around, put it down behind me, turn back around. I'm just a traveler.
Osborne Sunbrook, the city guard. We came to find you because we've been hearing reports of towns dropping off the face of the earth. Disappearing.
She casts her eyes towards the horizon where Vogler is, and she says, "I suspect you might have an answer for some of that mystery."
Yeah, I think so. You're right. Your people have mostly made it.
Better than we expected, but obviously we're in no condition to maintain ourselves here. And our initial contact with the guards roaming the streets, the paths to and the capital, well, they're surprised to see us. It's been a little bit of rough elbows.
You have to understand the tension. Towns dropping off the face of the earth, stories of elves on the move for the first time in centuries. Everyone's a little on edge. Let me see what I can do to get you people settled into town at least.
She will say, I'd really appreciate that, and I know we've been asking a lot of you lately, but Arthanos, Ren, Nova, I need to be here for now. Could I ask you to go on our behalf? Perhaps Mr. I guess Mr. wouldn't be the right, Sir Sunbrook. Would you escort them in and find them an audience with the governor?
Of course, but I'm not a knight. Osborne will do.
Osborne, then. And we'll need some basic housing, food, medicine. Please come back with some good news for us.
The city has a number of programs and shelters in case of monsoons. I'm sure we can make something work.
Did you just
Might
tell her
not
to
be
apply to for
Might not
welfare?
be comfortable, but it'll work. What's that?
Did you just tell her to apply for welfare?
Yeah.
Not to be not to be a pessimist or anything, but is there any sign of from your office that we could give them to show we're coming from you with these requests and telling them what's going on?
I'm coming with you.
Are you speaking to
I am-
Raven, or are you speaking to Osborne?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Were you talking to the mayor or me?
Kind of both. Like,
Okay.
I mean, yes, you came in clutch, but
Same
also,
answer.
who are you? Like,
Literally a guard of the city. So I can tell them that you're here.
I'm afraid that I don't have any sort of badge of office, but Darrett, I'd like to go with you. I think that he has stepped into a new role here while we wait Becklin's return. And, well, I've given him instruction to make whatever arrangements are necessary to secure the safety here. So, she shrugs. A little bit out of my element. I'm a mayor without a city. I don't feel much like a mayor at all. And kind of as she looks to turn her away, she casts her eyes over you, and she says, "Nova, you were right. I think you all were." She looks kind of somber.
I look kind of surprised.
I'm sorry that evacuation was kind of the only option.
Me too. I'm sorry I made it more difficult on you, but well, a lesson learned. And she trots off. What would you guys like to do?
I would like to head towards the gates to check in, kind of make my report, and see what. Like, I am aware that it's not like I'm some super high-ranking guy, but whatever I can do to sort of help move things along. Yes, these people, this is what happened. So whatever I can do along that pathway.
Yeah, and go ahead.
How long will it take us to get to where we kind of need to go?
Probably about an hour. You didn't really get all the way to Calaman. You got sort of to the opening farmsteads and various little, not towns themselves, but little collections of dwellings that make up the various serfs and such that service that area of land. So you've got about a good trek to get to the city proper. And you do see some of the soldiers that get stationed in these semi-towns that patrol the roads around the city of Vogler. They're already kind of trying to keep things in check, and they're not hostile by any means. They recognize refugees. But they're also concerned because people are getting too close to some of the farmsteads. You know, they're finding their way inside like these people's fields, and it's not a, what's the term I'm looking for? It's not a powder keg, but there are some kind of bumping of elbows here.
It's unruly. I'm gonna ask as we're heading out of Ren, could I ride with you again? I didn't wear my trekking shoes. This all happened real fast, and my feet hurt and my everything hurts.
Yeah, of course. As far as I'm concerned, as long as Water Lily's okay with it, you're welcome anytime.
I mean, Water Lily and I are best friends now that I braided her mane.
I know. I think she likes you more than me.
I'll teach you how to braid too. And then I'll look surprised that I
know
said
how to
something
braid.
so nice.
I can do what is it? I was almost going to say Water David. What would the French braid equivalent in this universe be, Tony?
Elf
The
braid.
French braid.
Oh,
Yeah, it
elf
would
braid.
be elven, right?
Yeah.
An elven braid.
Yeah, I used to give my sister elf braids because she was too lazy to do it herself.
We are going to get along so well. And as soon as I'm up there and comfortable, I'm going to pass the fuck out.
just faintly in her sleep, you just hear, "Do you know how to paint nails?"
I thought you were gonna go with the like.
I know how to lacquer hooves. Is that the same thing? Do you lacquer hooves? What do you do to horses? Tony, you should know this. What do you do do you polish them?
You shoe them.
Why would Tony know this?
Yeah, you put shoes on.
Yeah, horse capital of the world.
I mean, you are right, but honestly, I don't remember there being any like hoof polishing.
Yeah, pretty sure you just put shoes on them.
Yeah, no, I know about the shoeing process, but for some reason, I'm like, why are their hooves so shiny sometimes? They gotta like polish them, right?
I mean, it's just toenail, just one big ass toenail.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that Water Lily has her hooves polished. Then as a thing, as canon.
Of course she does.
Nice. Let's see here. You start to make your way towards Calaman. As you get closer, you see Darrett will join you, and you see these large statues of Titanic soldiers that line Calaman's mighty walls. These ancient stone knights stare into the distance, daring invaders to dash themselves against the defenses that have withstood even the cataclysm. A disorganized neighborhood of tents and ramshackle structures lines the road to the city's nearest gate, where soldiers in blue and yellow uniforms question all who enter. Gate guards look pretty directive when they see you coming. They seek you out, moving as a group, armored, weaponed, and they start to seek you out. But when they notice that Osborne is traveling with you, there is a more comfortable approach, and they recognize you, Osborne, either personally or by your crest, and they say, "Halt." And kind of overlooking the rest of the group and addressing you, Osborne, "What's the deal with this lot?"
The towns are falling. This lot held, what was it, like 400 refugees? I think we figured out, right?
400.
It was a lot.
Very sleepily, you're going to hear, "We saved them all. We're heroes."
About an hour outside of
Well,
town.
not all of them.
Refugees from the town of Vogler. These people got them out safely, and they saw what was happening there. Far more than I did.
They kind of nod. "So what brings you to the town now?" "Sorry, there's just a lot of disorder with everything."
Is this where the knights
wait.
are like headquartered? Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you, Blake.
Nope, you're good.
There's definitely going to be, I don't know what you would call a building of
Round
knights. Yeah, there's definitely a round table here.
Maybe not the, but like one of the franchises for sure.
Right.
Okay. Sorry, go on, Blake. This is your thing.
What brings me to the city now?
Oh, look at these people.
Oh. The
Uh,
refugees. Their town was destroyed,
Not-
invaded.
He looks more specifically at the
Got it.
weaponed, armored people. What about?
I look around, like, people usually don't ask what my deal is because I'm wearing, an insignia and armor. I'm here to report to the round table about a dragon attack.
Uh-huh. And the rest of you?
Compatriots.
Witnesses, if nothing else.
Well, we already have some folks that are telling your story to the governor and the council. Maybe it'd be better to just sort of wait outside and tend to your camps while we get that sorted out with these other. Looks like the mayor of the town's already up there.
The mayor of the town is still out with the refugees.
The other guard next to him says, "No, sort of a portly man, dressed in purple, large sort of beard, bald on top."
That's not the mayor.
That's not the mayor.
How did he get here before us?
Yeah, we were on his boat. Oh, we helped people.
Fat is only missing one letter from fast.
I mean, we stopped to help people. He just fucked right off in the city.
So bad.
Hey,
Yeah,
came,
so
came through
fucking
with his
stupid.
son.
Yes, that is absolutely, unequivocally not the mayor.
Well, he said he was the
Yeah.
mayor. He looked mayoral.
He lied.
This is why you're supposed to have a symbol of office.
He thinks about this, and like this is definitely the type of thing that he's ready to inquire more, but he just casts his eyes over your rank one more time, and he says, "Well, if you mean to head him off, you better head straight to the council's office."
I appreciate it. I will. Osborne knows which way that is.
Yeah.
Blake don't. I was about to ask this man for directions, and I realized how silly that would sound.
Tony, how far did you say we were from Kalaman? Because we're not actually in it, right?
You're
Well, this
just
is
this is
where
literally
you're
the
at.
outer gates. Like you're
Oh,
at
the outer
perimeter
gates. Okay,
walls.
sorry. I was thinking I heard we were further. Okay.
It took about an hour or two to get here, or probably just an hour, from where you basically made shore.
Gotcha. I want to make sure I understood.
Yep, I will try to cut this man off.
Okay, so you make your way into the city. Kalaman is well developed, and it is one of the few places in the world that largely survived the cataclysm. It was fortunate enough to have a deep water harbor, so it was one of the first cities to maintain trade. The structures themselves survived a lot of the worst threats, be they fire and earthquake and storms and all that. So this is a big and proper city, and those of you who haven't been to a big and proper city before, this is something special. You are meted with the hustle and bustle of many people filling the streets, peddling wares, moving on about their business in the day. Osborne, you take the time to head towards the governor's office, where the council chambers are. Once you arrive and you explain the same thing to the next set of guards, he looks concerned, and he will march you into the next room. Sorry, just give over a brief description here. Castle Kalaman itself, if it didn't stand atop 100-foot cliffs, it would tower over every other structure in the city. It happens to be on the top of 100-foot cliffs, so it is absolutely massive when compared to scale. The path to it rises up the cliffside, overlooked by gigantic statues matching those along the city's wall, and at the path's end, these guards meet you, question you, and then take you inside once you explain that you're representatives of Vogler's people. Across the courtyard and into this council chamber, you see a familiar figure, and he intercepts you. He sort of steps out of the courtyard as you're heading towards the chambers, and you see Bakaris the Younger. And did I show a picture of him? Kind of looks like Malfoy.
Yeah.
You did not, but
No, I only
I don't
remember
think
the-
you showed the picture, but you definitely
Yeah.
described it as Malfoy.
he's not very punchable.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
See if we can find a picture for him later. But he seeks you out, and he has this smug, condescending, arrogant smile. And he says, "My father has matters well in hand. We'll be sure to send for you and the rest of the fish folk once we determine what's best for them."
Your father, it would be one Bakaris, correct?
Yes, Lord Bakaris.
Yeah, that's what it is. And he's in those chambers, correct?
Yes. You
he
see
is-
to the
he
matters
is-
of state.
He is representing the people of Vogler, correct?
Naturally.
As their mayor.
As a noble and a lord, the only one that town has. Who are you?
As their mayor, though. I just want to make sure, because he told the guards of the gates and the guards of the inner gates that he was the mayor of the town of Vogler and was here to represent them.
Well, they needed someone that doesn't smell so clearly like shit.
So he told them that he was the mayor.
No, he's a noble and a lord.
You know, actually, somebody told me that if you don't have land, you're not a lord, and you lost all yours, right? So you're not a lord anymore.
No, I have everything I
I'm
need.
so
I
proud of
appreciate
you.
I appreciate it, son.
Is that right?
Yeah, no, that was great. That was what we call a burn.
Nice. I high five. I go for the high five. It's not
I
reciprocated.
would
Put
like
my
to
hand
burst
down.
into these proceedings because I would like to arrest a man.
Oh, okay.
I like it.
You can't go in there. There are talks well underway. And
All right,
Is
I
the
just-
cat
if
still
you
on me?
do, he's kind of pedaling, back
Yeah.
stepping, looking for some sort of threat.
You just walk past him, right, Blake?
Oh, I'll stop and I'll look thoughtful for a minute and go, "It's your father, right? You came through the gates with him?
Yes.
Excellent." And I'll kind of wave to one of the other door guards and hold this man for questioning. He's complicit in a crime.
What? You can't. Make an intimidation check, not so much for the younger Lord Bakaris,
Sure. For the other guards.
or make a persuasion check for the other guards.
It is the same number.
Okay.
It is really the same though.
Bakaris looks cowed, and the other guards look like they're about to put up a fight, but you're just so confident that they're like, "Yeah, maybe we should let these guys in."
Does Osborne just carry around a clipboard? That's what I'm imagining.
And a ladder. Austin, do you remember the first
Yeah.
Trids campaign, and my Warforged just carried a ladder around for like 2
Yeah.
weeks?
It was me. You hit people with it.
Yeah, it was good times.
You really rung their bell.
Uh,
Oh, come on. Fuck you, Kevin. That
It
one
was funny,
funny.
but it's that's how I have to respond to puns.
Oh, fair enough.
It's the only way that it works.
The younger Bakaris will hurl some pretty weak insults and vague threats with no real meaning. But there's a lot of mention of how you guys always smell like shit.
It is always when we're around.
This is just completely backfired. The whole shit smell, one total 180.
They've been upset every time. I'm not. It's gonna keep happening. I'm just saying.
The guard opens the council chamber door, and you see 8 serious-looking people sitting around a broad table in the middle of a very spacious hall. At the table's end, a tall man with plaited blonde hair and a velvet vest of blue and gold stands to greet you. "Welcome." "Yes." He casts eyes at the guard to let you in. The guard makes his way quickly across the room, whispers into his ear, They nod, and the guard leaves the room. The man that received the guard's word says, "I'm Governor Caliph Miat. Your leader," he gestures towards one of the men at the table, who you recognize as the elder Bakaris, "has briefed us on the situation in Vagla, his bold defense of the city, and his eagerness to strike back against these invaders."
To that point, Lord, I have a report to make as well. I just wanted to clarify, this is the mayor of Vagla, right?
Oh, you're asking us?
Nope.
No. Okay.
He's trying
I'm
to
asking the governor. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I thought so.
He looks a little confused, and he says, "This man is Lord Bakaris, your leader?" And Lord Bakaris is at the table. He's just staring at you with absolute hatred, just scathingly. He's just glaring at you.
Because what this man has done, as far as I have seen, is abandon townsfolk, leave refugees to fend for themselves, and now has impersonated a duly appointed servant of the crown. He is not an elected official of the town of Vogler.
If anyone was the leader, I say Becklin was the leader of the defense of the city, and Mayor Raven was the leader of the...
Mayor Raven is the answer, Ren. Mayor Raven was the elected official.
Well, she didn't do any of the defense stuff, like fighting back the army. She evacuated everybody. It was kind of a leader on two fronts.
Ren,
What?
it's okay. Let him do his thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Lord Bakaris turns towards, "You'll have to forgive them. They're woefully out of the loop. They weren't invited to many of the important meetings that I was a part of as we handled the evacuation and the defense of Vagla. The mayor did her best, but she recommended evacuation way too late, against my recommendations. She wanted to maintain an occupation of the town, and I had to convince her, very painfully, that we could not survive one. And thus we conducted this defense, and we were to evacuate all 400 of our residents. And yes, I did claim to be a representative, which I am. I don't have to hold office to be as such. And I did take a leadership position. It was necessary in order to conduct the evacuations. It's not their fault. They, as I understand it, were absolutely very pivotal in loading a boat or something.
Yeah, we went to scout the army, and we captured the hostage, and we did the delegation, and we killed the scouts, and then we loaded the boats. That was fun.
I delegated those tasks to Becklin, the Knight of Salamnia in our town, and I assumed that this is what she had them do.
I thought she told you to shove it.
If I could jump in real quick, Lord DeFaris, is that what right? DeFaris?
Bakaris.
DeFaris, yes. Are you familiar with the mages? I'm going to assume that's a yes because we're all familiar with the mages because, we kind of have these mystical woo-woo ways that are unbeknownst to those who are not initiated in our magicalness. Have you seen one of these? And I'm going to show him one of my gaudy rings that I'm wearing. Tastefully gaudy. So this is a ring of truth. I'm just going to activate it, just so for the record, we all know for sure who's speaking truth. And then I would like to use minor illusion to make it light up every time he talks.
Make a stealth check.
Littering and...
I feel like I could help this by being obnoxious and loud.
Go for it.
Oh, it's just how I am. I don't have to try. It just happens.
He just exists.
I'll
Yeah.
back this up and also do a minor illusion to like make, I don't know, a little pinging sound whenever it lights up.
Yes.
I'll give
Just
you the
like the credit
advantage.
card.
Lord Bakaris will continue. Obviously, there is, and it starts to light up and ping. Obviously, there. Obviously, there. He's just getting red in the face, and the governor, Miat, he'll hold up one hand. It sounds like there's time and place to hear both sides of this story.
No pinging or light up.
And you see this sort of geriatric old man at the table, and he looks very humble, except his arms are just covered in rings of tattoos, like runic symbols. And when you talk about this ring and what it does, he leans forward on one elbow and starts to hide a smile behind his hand. But he's giving you a look with so much mirth, like he's on to you.
Wait, is this guy in black robes?
He's not wearing any robes.
No,
but he
no.
does have tattoos on his arms
Yes, 2 arms.
that remind you of various spell casting runes and symbols. Without getting closer and examining them, you can't really say more.
What clothes are he? I'm assuming he's not just naked. So, what
Correct.
clothes?
Very humbly dressed. He's wearing simple trousers and a simple vest,
Okay.
but kind of just has this knowing, sort of mirthful look on his face as he watches this spectacle.
Okay.
He, Miat will point to some adjacent chairs and ask for each of you to sit. And he says, "Why don't you tell me, from your accounts, what happened?" And Darrett will take a seat. He looks a little out of place, and he says, "Well, we were fortunate enough that each of these," and he looks for a word for a moment before he says, "heroes. Each of these heroes showed up to town." And he'll kind of quiet down, giving you each a chance to speak.
Fine, I'll do it. I'll take up all the spotlight. I don't care. So it all started when I was on this road, and then I go into a whole thing. I just tell him like every detail that I remember.
Okay. Do you hold
It's-
anything out? Do you mention anything?
No,
Lie? Okay.
everything.
When it is finished, Miat will take a drink from his goblet at the table here. Just takes a large gulp. And he says, "This is all dire news. Believe that this is a genuine feeling that I'm harboring for you and yours. I say that my heart goes out to your friends and families. But I also hope that you can understand our reticence to welcome you all through our city's gates. These aren't exactly normal times." And he gestures towards a stern-looking woman beside him wearing armor. And you would recognize this woman, Osborne. She is Marshal Vendry. And she's probably one of the big three when it comes to the military might of Kalaman. She is the forward commander of Kalaman's military forces. She'll say, Vendry with a delta. And she says, "I'm sorry to hear about Becklin. I've actually fought with her before. I hope that she turns up still. But your situation is far from unique. There have been a number of small villages and farms to the south and east of Kalaman that have already been burned in recent weeks. This attack to the west in Vogler suggests that there is an enemy force that is tightening the rope on us. Vogler is the largest we've heard reports of, and it's also the only one to have any significant number of survivors. We've lost experienced patrols, and many of them have had these claw-like gashes in their armor. Armor that should be too strong to be conventionally broken with such weapons. I suggest that as a combination of the unique attributes of these Draconians that you've mentioned. This is the best information we've had yet about what's happening around us, and well, it's not good, certainly. She will kind of talk about the situation in Calaman, and you get the feeling that they've been missing a lot of intel, and you've come back with a lot of good information that they didn't have.
On that, I will, whenever there's an appropriate moment for her. I know I should be farther down the chain of command, ma'am, but while I'm here, I might as well report that Lieutenant Sullivan lost his life leading our troop. Specialist O'Neill made it, and Corporal Hunt and Till both passed, defending the people of this town.
I'm sorry, I missed your name. Sergeant
Osborne Sunbrook, ma'am.
She quickly scrawls what appears to be your name onto a piece of parchment.
I was with Lieutenant whatever the fuck name I just made up on the spot.
Sullivan.
Yep, that one. Sure. On his patrol we've been tasked to seek out the rumors. They're true, unfortunately. Much worse than we could have thought. At least as far as I'm aware.
It seems that you were underprepared for what we were sending you into. We bear some of that blame, and I'm sorry for your comrades.
They did the job.
And you saw it through. Good work, soldier. There's a bit of discussion coming from all sides of the table, and they're mostly talking about logistics, and right before it gets really interesting or too boring, depending on what your decisions are, the governor will say, I think it's about time that we conclude this initial council meeting. I'd like for everyone to leave the room, except for you, Lord Bakaris, and you, Marshal. And he gestures towards each of you. The folk from Vogler, can you please wait outside?
While turning, Bakaris.
He just leans towards the governor and says, can you believe they came in here smelling like that?
I find this way more entertaining than I should. Fuck's sake.
I find how you still have a cat on you, and me carrying.
Well, yeah,
that's a statue.
Is that cat just still latched to me?
Oh,
like
I would have
curl
forgotten. I'm gonna do a little bit of retconning here.
I assume once things cooled down, maybe the cat jumped off. But...
Once you got onto the boat and got a good distance from Vogler, the cat would have finally released its terrifying grip on you.
Okay.
And as the night progresses and you get a good full rest in, you're still traveling into the morning. The cat nuzzles against you, sleeps in your lap, and just purrs contentedly. Once you reach shore, the cat hops out, and a little girl just kind of squeals with delight and runs over and picks up this cat, who she just is crying over, just squeezing it, like almost to the point of like the cat's uncomfortable, but the cat's very comfortable apparently with being squeezed, probably where she learned how to do it to you. And she just hugs this cat and just thanks you incredibly for bringing her little mittens home.
So I'll go over, slap the bitch in the face, and take the cat. Got it.
Yeah,
No, I'm not doing that.
that's a thing.
I saved that cat. It's mine. No.
Have you cast Find Familiar since your owl
Yes.
got incinerated?
Yeah, on the boat ride back, I would have done it.
Okay. the spell fails.
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
The spell.
Do I know?
Mhm.
Do I know why it has failed, or have any inclination to do any other spells work that I have tried to
You've-
cast?
In your training, you've had a vague education on unstable magic, and it was usually taught as part of a primer in how to disrupt and dispel and counterspell magic. Essentially, there's a buildup of magical energy that you use to just interrupt flows of magic. And it's stuff that's like advanced wizarding. Like, it's not novice or apprentice level stuff. This is just the intro. But you got exposure to it, and that's what this felt like. It felt like something was interrupting you.
Okay, so on the boat, something was interrupting us,
Correct.
spell-wise. All right. That's alarming. Something to ask about when I meet another wizard, maybe.
Yeah. You're ushered out of the room and back into the courtyard. Bakaris the Younger is sitting down on a bench, and he's got one of the guards directly next to him, keeping a close eye on him. The rest of you have a moment to wait, and Darrett looks nervous.
Darrett the Knight, right?
Not necessarily a knight, but he does have a knight's set of armor.
The one.
Just a
Never
kid
mind.
to put on a suit.
Guys, I can't be nice to him. Someone else needs to.
I was just wondering if his fucking hero was going to speak up, but I guess not.
Man, that was vicious.
Oh, sorry. I was just thinking about stuff.
Have you ever thought about?
That's what you think about.
Have you ever thought about seaweed? And how beautiful it is.
Hey, you want to go to the...
I don't know if we're in character or out of character anymore.
I don't know. Hey, you want to go to the round table? They might be able to set you up with the room there.
It's appreciated, but are you talking to the group or Darrett?
Darrett.
He says, I think I need to be with Vogler for now. I guess I don't know. I need some time to think about things.
That's a good choice. You're a good man.
He gives you
Well-
a weak grin.
I've got to go tell people about dragons, so I'm going to do that. I just turned to one of the guards. It's Osborne. Am I free to go, sir?
I mean, yes, but I think they're calling us back in.
Fantastic. They're doing what?
They're going to call us back in just a moment.
He might have taken a few hits on the head.
Yeah, you only get like 6 of those.
I have hair to cushion my fall. And I pat my big man bun.
Because that was. Did I get the impression we were waiting for like minutes?
Yeah,
They were asking. Yeah,
she just
okay.
asked you to remain in the courtyard.
Okay.
Oh, I
Yeah.
totally I misread this.
Yeah, you thought they were telling us to piss off.
I
Yep.
feel like that's
Yeah.
normal for Ren.
Yep.
That wasn't.
Yep.
That was all.
That was in character.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Bye, Austin.
I don't
Hi,
know.
Austin.
My internet just flickered or something. That was weird.
So you hear some voices that are a little elevated coming from the council chambers. But you can't really make out what they're saying from here with a casual listen. Now, Gex, you've been kind of quiet. What have you been up to?
So,
Oh no.
obviously I couldn't... No, it's not bad. I obviously couldn't say the full story before I wasn't there.
Hmm.
But I definitely want to just still be carrying around this giant gold cat.
Just in open view?
Yeah.
Eh.
So in front of Lord Picaris?
Oh, yeah.
So at some point in time, And probably very quickly after you come in and spoil his attempt to claim fame and power here, he starts staring at you down, and you're not very high above the surface of the table when you sit in one of these chairs.
Like the tips of his ears.
Right? Like it's just 2 eyes and 2 ears, and then the rest is covered by the table, and he's just locked eyes with you. And make an insight or a perception check. Yeah, he mouths something at you.
You want to fuck.
And you hear a voice, the same voice that you heard before, and it tells you, "Oh, this should be good." But nothing else happens immediately. Anybody doing anything in the interim?
So does
Go
it
ahead.
still feel like the magic is all disrupted and shit?
Do you want to try again?
Or would I need to cast a spell to... Okay. How long do I think we have? Is it roughly 11 minutes?
You think it could be?
Then I'm going to try to find familiar again and see what happens. Oh, I'm sorry. Is it roughly 1 hour and 10 minutes?
Certainly could be.
It takes a fucking hour to cast this? I thought it was 1 minute.
Nope.
It's only so many owls.
What
You
the
want to make
fuck?
sure you get the right one.
Yeah, it's an hour.
You don't want all the owls to come to you.
I mean, maybe I'd take that at this point. Yeah, alright. I mean, if we have an hour and 10 minutes, I'll go ahead and do that whole ritual thing.
Here's what I want you to do. I
Yep.
want you to roll a d4 plus 1. An hour and a half goes by.
Nice.
You're getting bored. It's honestly, you're getting hungry. You're not happy out here. Sorry, go ahead, Nova.
I was gonna say, since we're in a proper building now, is there any mirrors?
I kind of assumed that you have one on you.
I would like a bigger one than just my little pocket one.
So if you ask for the facilities, they will have a proper facility for you to wash up in and, make yourself comfortable, get presentable if you would like.
I will use all of my charms to be able to do that.
You do so. And
Yes.
it's not really convenient, you can't take a full bath here. But nonetheless, it is a clean facility. Plenty of clean water is brought to you so you can scrub your hands and face and take some of the blood stains out of your clothes.
Perfect.
The acid,
Yeah.
Yeah, so I will definitely get cleaned up and probably shed a few little tears privately, but coming out with my war makeup back on in place.
You have a name.
Hey.
Arthenos.
hmm
You cast the spell, and it seems to go off without a hitch. Materializing into the space around you is 2 large white feathered wings that you expect. But when they lower, you see they are not affixed to an owl's body.
Okay.
Instead, they are fixed to a small, sort of lithe black cat.
Does it resemble the cat that was latched to me?
It has 2 white paws. And yes, it does look like an eerie, if not perfect, obviously it has wings, recreation of that creature. And
Okay, I don't know how to
just
feel about
sort
this.
of flexes its wings at you and looks up at you, kind of in the way that cats do, like sometimes if you startle them, and like they try to play it off. Like, I don't know, my cat will try to play off being startled and just like start cleaning itself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
You can
its response to getting scared is to lick its butthole. Like, oh yeah, you think so?
You can make a nature or an arcana check.
Jokes on you, it's the same number, and holy shit is it bad, apparently.
Yeah.
Unless I use this thing to make it a 10. which I have now done. So it's 16.
With a 16, you are vaguely familiar with what this is. This is a tressum.
Oh, slobber chops.
Yeah. Trestle.
A tressum, if you're not familiar with it, is a winged cat, believed to be made through various and unusual methods by some weird-ass mages in some weird-ass tower.
Okay.
And it seems like, for the moment, that it has overpowered your intent to call it out. It has a 40-foot climb, 40-foot fly, and 40-foot movement speed.
But those are hits.
It can detect invisibility within 60 feet of it.
Pretty good.
Has advantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on smell. And
Okay.
it can detect whether a substance is poisonous by touch, taste, or smell.
Now I'm worried that's going to be important.
Probably not.
Probably not. Okay. And I can't just drag it in. God damn it.
I'm going to set you up.
This is the best timeline.
I wasn't expecting this. Alright, I'll come up with a new name for this thing at some point.
It's
Choose later.
like, so it's obviously attaching itself to him that the rest of us can see.
Yeah,
Yes.
You just spent an hour building it out of charcoal.
Yeah.
Well, I was in the bathroom. I was getting ready.
For an hour. Yeah, that checks out.
Yeah. I'm sorry. You don't just wake up looking like this. So is it friendly?
Gonna pet it. Looks like it.
I want to go up to him and be like, what a weird cat.
Just like that.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Make an animal handling.
Oh, no.
You stick your face in the cat way too close.
So you go up to it, and the cat is very much cleaning itself. And when you approach, it just stands up on two legs, puts its paws on your chest, and it's basically at face height with you now. And,
It's a big...
and just starts
Well,
licking
or you're
your
a
face.
little.
Yeah, you're very small. Just starts licking your face around your lips and your nose. And, like, you're not sure what it was just cleaning. But there is a smell.
Oh boy.
First true smell of the campaign. Nah.
After an hour and a half goes by, the chamber doors open, and you see the Lord Baccharis on the inside, just looking red and furious. Marshal Vendry beckons you from the door, and when you go inside, you see that Governor Miat is still at his seat. He will bid for you to seat, and once you're settled, he'll say, "The citizens of Calaman are prepared to offer your people shelter in the neighborhoods outside the city walls, the protection of our soldiers, and while we can spare it, food from our tables." He folds his hands and fixes his eyes on you. "There is a condition, though. We are more than a little concerned about the threat posed by this enemy. And we are woefully underinformed. The scouts we've sent have almost exclusively disappeared. Survivors have been in small numbers. You represent something that we haven't yet seen. According to your report, which I am inclined to believe," he casts his eyes at Baccharis, "you are able to successfully scout, maintain a resistance, adjudicate an evacuation, and to do this all in the uncertainty of the same fog that we were operating under. We would like to have your aid in this battle. Marshal Vendry will step in and says, I assume it won't be difficult to garner your support, Osborne. But to the rest of you, we would see fit to offer you to become Esquires of Calaman, part of a special group, a task force that is versatile and useful in some specific assignments that we will have as this invasion comes closer and closer to our doorstep.
It is a part of my sacred oath that I perform for the people. And as far as I'm concerned, that's what you're doing. So you have my full support.
She nods and she looks appreciative, then casts her eyes at the rest of you.
Just kind of nodding cautiously, kind of just sticking close to Ren.
A knight of Solamnia is obviously welcome, especially one with your recent accomplishments.
And she's a wizard.
A couple of mages would certainly aid both you and us in this endeavor.
I suppose it's hard to say no, considering how dangerous they are. I suppose we'll all be in danger if we don't deal with them sooner rather than later.
She looks over at you, Gex.
Ren looks surprised, like it's the first time he's noticing you.
I want to finally notice that Ren's character is red.
Hey, you're green.
And you
Well,
guys almost had red, green, and blue.
Oh shit! Primary.
We were
I'd be like, I want to follow that guy for no reason at all. I twiddle my thumbs.
That happens more than you'd think, actually.
I'm gonna lean over to Ren and kind of in a stage whisper go, has he been there the whole time with us from the beginning?
I just thought he was a big pigeon. I don't say that quietly.
Amazing.
Jesus.
As Esquires, you will be paid 5 gold per week.
All right, that was the thing.
Nova got super interested.
This is actually where it comes into play. So what you, Osborne, and Ren will know right off the bat is Esquires is... Being an Esquire is one rank below being an officially recognized lord. Like having, land assigned to you and given that privilege. And
Well, that's nice.
She'll continue to explain, we have discussed it and we don't think that you would be best fit among the traditional soldiers. We don't really have a need for you to stand and fight in the front lines. I think your talents are more specialized. And she looks at you, Osborne. Not to say that you haven't performed well, but you would make an excellent liaison. And Derek, we would like to bring you into our ranks for a more localized position. You'll actually be able to help carry out and coordinate with this task force while we continue to advance you within our own ranks, if you would like. You don't have to decide right now, but if you would like to agree, we can set you up with room and board, assign you your first check, assign you your first payment, and start getting to work on this threat. Derek wastes very little time. He says, I'm ready to agree right now.
I serve at the Crown's pleasure.
So
I'm just happy to be involved.
So she says, so I'm assuming that's a yes from everyone. And she'll stand up and produce from a pouch these small blue and gold symbols. Palm-sized emblems. And she offers one to each of you, except for you, Osborne. Osborne, she actually strips your rank off and replaces it with this one.
I don't know what to say.
So you'll get it done.
I'll get it done.
She gives you a very stern and forced smile. And she will tell Darrett to report to another section of the castle tomorrow. Each of you shall ask to report to Darrett later in the afternoon. So you have the rest of the evening, the rest of the day here back to yourselves. And you can choose what to do with it. But that is going to be the end of our session.
Woot!
Can't believe we all lived.
At
Yeah,
10
that's
o'clock.
amazing.
Nice.
Well, I mean,
Barely.
all of you lived?
Yeah, right.
Like, I mean, I guess all lived the second
About a
time.
7.
Yeah, like this. Nobody new died.
Yeah.
This iteration.
This
Nobody
Yeah.
more died.
Thank you.
So far,
If
we
that-
need to make it through 3 more sessions to break the record.
I thought it was. I kind of imagined it was more like a. And nobody of value was lost.
If that fire
we
breath had
almost
hit
had,
the third
we almost
time,
had the RGBs.
I was so close to death.
Yeah,
you all
Yep.
piled up right into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't intend for that to happen.
We sure did. I certainly didn't think it would be able to do it twice before I got to move again.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
one like yikes.
Yeah, I was
Went
just I was
right
trying not
before
to meta game because Nova definitely would have like dived into the crowd to hide.
Yeah, here's Zebra.
Hey,
Excuse you.
I think
Excuse you.
you guys got good rolls, and you had just enough things left over after expending your resources in the other fights that you were able
Yeah,
to make
man.
it.
Let me tell you about how excited I was that I just popped my channel divinity.
And then I was fucking dead.
Oh, I was pissed. Well, I was used to play. We've done a couple of combats with the aura, so I wasn't thinking.
No. Well, I mean, to be fair, if it was me, I would have saved it and like not used it until it was too late. So
Sure.
you probably made the better choice of those two, at least.
Yeah, let's talk about that ability actually, because
What's that?
So roll that real quick if you can, because I think it is just. It says what you only benefit if you're below half health.
Yeah.
Just turn the tide.
Is anyone gonna be upset if I say that it just heals that much as a bonus action, regardless?
No, that sounds fine.
No,
That's fine.
you can only use it so often, right? So it's
Yeah,
like,
once
Honestly,
per
it-
long rest, right?
Compared to other channel divinities for the paladins, that one's pretty on the lower
Pretty
side.
balanced. Yeah.
It's,
or pretty conservative.
yeah, and I get
Uh,
like they were trying to keep it in line with the life clerics channel divinity. I get that, and it has like a weird halfway like restriction.
Twilight cleric.
What's up?
Yeah, but then you got the Twilight cleric. Hey man, you want 9 hit points per round?
Yeah. Go ahead and reword it. Just have it be a 1d6 plus charisma mod heal for those creatures, bonus, all the same stuff.
Yeah, I will just remove the.
That way you won't feel like you have to wait until they're about to die.
Right. I mean, I get what they're going for, right? Like turn the tide, when the battle's almost lost, kind of thing. But I appreciate it.
I think it's a good one. You guys don't have a dedicated healer, and this will help everyone. Now I could go a little bit harder. I don't have to choose the fights anymore, right? So I can use my full strength.
You don't have to roll in secret and then show us.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think isn't Channel Divinity once per short rest? I think it's a short rest.
Check.
It goes up.
I thought clerics were the only ones that got it once per short rest, but I could be wrong. It's been a minute.
Unrelated, I am super glad that we got to use the dragon for ourselves at least twice.
yeah,
That was
that's some fucking
definitely
It's really
highlight.
close.
damage.
It really helped. That guy did a lot of damage, as you saw. Like just his javelin was a 2d6
Yeah.
plus something.
Yeah,
So
Disgusting.
it's a shorter long rest.
Oh, that's good.
good. So, a little bit of sustainability there, but I hope everyone enjoyed the session and is enjoying their new characters. Even Gex, who is literally robbing a man in front of the governor.
And the cop.
I totally want to take the ruby eyes out. Just leave the cat. It's a goblin thing to do.
I love it.
Anything you do is a goblin thing to do.
You're a goblin, man.
I remember when I
Yeah.
was playing like a really dumb goblin, like they were convinced that gold was as good as it gets. So they'd get like electrum and platinum and silver, and they thought it was all trash.
Was this Gum Gum?
This was Gum Gum, like specifically would take the gold over platinum because she just didn't understand.
Didn't understand conversion rates.
Yeah, she didn't understand it was worth more gold than gold.
Yeah.
Because how could something that's not gold be worth more than gold?
Yeah.
Right.
Gold is shiny.
Yeah, checks out.
The only
Anyways,
thing worth more than gold is more gold.
this is actually, I don't know if it'll be relevant here, but in a similar note, after the Cataclysm, because so much technology was lost, a lot of the initial steel reproductions weren't very good. Steel was kind of a skill that had to be remastered over time. So for a long time, and you'll still see this, likely each of you has, steel coins are actually an equivalent currency to gold. And it's
That's cool.
being phased out, like, over time. Like, it's not as common, but probably when you were younger, you know, you would have seen, like, somebody would have paid for a gold worth of this or that with a steel worth instead.
Interesting.
And it's
Interesting little piece of work.
Yeah.
a little bit of lore there for you. Anyways,
Oh, that's pretty cool.
that's all I had. So please enjoy your evenings. Thanks for showing up. Hope you had a good time. Any questions, comments, or concerns, please think about what you're going to want to do next week. You are in Calaman. You can take this as a chance to do some downtime stuff if you want to do it out of session. Or if you have an idea and you're like, man, the DM would really benefit from knowing about my plans before next session, send me a message on Discord so I can get something written up for you.
I would like to drag everyone on a 6-hour shopping trip doing a clothing trying on montage.
Yikes.
I was going to ask Nova or Arthenos to take me to the mage place.
Yeah, my
Like to get a
intention
tour.
is to go there and find a man named Wyan.
Wow. My intention is to go there and look for my childhood friend.
That
Well, I can
actually,
make no promises on that.
I'm really glad you said that. Can you provide me more and all information on your childhood friend? Meant to ask
Don't
this
do it.
last
He's
week,
gonna
but I
break your
forgot.
heart.
I left
He's
it
just gonna
intentionally
use it to
vague.
break
How
your
much
heart.
detail do you want? Well, that's the whole point, right?
Give me as much as you want to provide, but also give me whatever you've given. So if you don't want to put any more than you already have into it, don't. But send me what you've already sent me. I just don't know where it is. I sent you a lot of stuff.
Oh, okay. Not a problem.
Just a reminder, it is really, really unlikely that I will be here next week. So I will be in Huntington Beach doing a network conversion, and the likelihood of me being at the hotel before 4 p.m. is pretty astronomical.
Okay. Well, if you're here, we'll play. If not, you're going to be busy in your new role,
Yeah, I'll be
both at
doing
work
stuff.
and
Yep.
in game.
Yeah, no, I got it.
It's like method acting.
I got the joke. Yeah,
See, because
Anytime.
you're role playing.
right.
I'll just kick him in the
But I'm
shin.
also playing a role.
Right.
We're
Right.
good to go. Good night.
Nah.
You made Austin leave.
It's surprisingly easy to do.
He just gets upset when things get skeevy and fucking awkward. Poor guy.